Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Strong Stylish. We're on episode 28 here. And today I'm joined by Pedro,
Yo,
and we are also joined this time by Jabroni.
Yo.
How you doing, guys?
pretty wild couple months, I'll say.
Yeah.
It's been quite interesting. Lots of things to catch up on. But before we get there, before we get into the news, we're going to talk about Kitsune today. And we're also going to talk about this year's Actwres. The year review, basically, about what they've been doing since the year's almost over. And it don't run quite often, so we'll get into that. But before that, we have a special.
So welcome to our joint episode with Strong Stylish. Me and Snot have done many things together. But this is like a kind of our double experience. Well, Jabroni's here because he's also there. So this is our double experience of our double pod of our experience in LA, Kitsune, and
Triple
probably
pod.
the triple show
For my never gonna happen Actwres Girls podcast.
for your upcoming show that will happen one day. But yeah, like we're for first time we've all met, and then we could all really talk about all the stuff we've been seeing this past months and what we experienced at the show. It's a pretty fun couple of last months. Pretty interesting though, like in terms of other stuff, news wise, and just the whole scene is just in a weird shape right now.
It felt like you couldn't go to sleep without waking up to something had happened.
Yeah, I couldn't wake up to like a tweet that didn't like make someone cry. But we can start with the news. A lot of Stardom stuff, which of course that's our thing. Everyone is injured. It's even gotten worse since my last episode, and since Sonoda's been like on his little hiatus. Everything has gone to fucking shit.
It was going so well too.
Yeah, like everything was like we were so ready, and then 5-star happened, and it happened. People are still crying about it, bitching about it. And then Tag League was just absolutely just being destroyed by injuries. Natsupoi bowed out like right after the 5-star. Kid was injured on her last matches.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get the Mayu match on.
No, Saya didn't even make it out the first match.
Wait, that should have been our warning right there.
Yeah, you tell me what in the middle of the tournament was. By the end of the tournament, she was already fucked up. Julia's working with probably a messed up tailbone.
Tam is now injured.
Who am I missing? Tam is like the biggest one. Because she's obviously like their money runner.
Yeah, I know Zumi's working through some stuff too. Lady C, I think, took a show off.
Azumi's been on and off. Hina just not on shows. Amasaki Miyu is literally the last one standing for like a long time.
Kevin.
Yeah, it's insane to think of that. Club Venus is down to 2 people. DDM it looked like it was dying, and now it looks like the healthiest, like stable in the promotion. God's Eyes, it's still there, and now Ami and Mariah are beefing. It's like it's such like a weird shape of like the promotion right now. I still love it. I still like the shows. I have fun, but it's just like Jesus. There's like so much going on there. And then Suzu and Tam was canceled for the pay-per-view, which leaves the red belt in like a weird spot.
Yeah. And also, it makes me wonder because since Sai got injured and then we got the report that she was supposed to win and then lose to Tam in the title match. Why not just have Suzu win at this point?
I'd love to believe she was gonna win, but I also love to don't believe reporters.
Yeah, because we don't actually know, but that was what was reported to us.
Yeah, and I mean that happened last year too, where they're like, "Oh yeah, this person was supposed to win." I don't think so, man. Shuri was like the one person, or that wasn't last year, but it was like that year she won. It was like Shuri was the more important person to win. If Julia won it, I think it would have been Yeah.
Julia was like planned for like 3 years.
Yeah, and Speaking of terrible reporting, yesterday was this shit show of stuff, and they're talking about Julia and being eyed by WWE and stuff, and just all types of fucking bullshit just going on. And it's just, it looked pretty lame. It got Stardom's name like on the radar for a long time, but it was just really lame. They also reported Megan Bain's been signed to AEW for a couple, like the last months, and I guess people were like denying that, hey, like AEW didn't send her there, you know. And then the report was like saying that she's from Tokyo Joshi when she obviously isn't, and people had to correct that, and people were on Fightful and Sean Ross' ass, and then Sonny of the Stardom account just went off and deleted his stuff. It was just a fucking shit show. I literally within an hour of like news, everyone was just like all over it. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the reporters don't have a good track record. You guys remember Stardom legend Asuka?
That's like the biggest one. Like everyone, that's the funniest one. Also talk about Kyrie coming back, which obvious. We said it for a couple of the last weeks, months.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing, but you know, hopefully she doesn't get injured again.
Yeah, I think she'd be in better hands, but it's just like, again, I could spend 3 hours talking about her and how her words meant nothing to me. Everything, like none of that meant, like, I don't know, like when you spew a book about how, about how like you like wanted to change and you know you went back home for this and that and this and that. Like I don't know, I don't know where to believe you and where to not. It's like really bad.
Yeah, it's hard to. Sorry, I was like, it's hard to kind of discern where her motivation is at this point. I mean, she is farther along in her career now.
Yeah, she literally had a presser about it, and I was more confused. You know, like,
Yeah.
Here's something maybe Jabroni would care about. Sari and Sakuban. Sakuban happened. What was that? 2 months ago, I feel like.
September. Right?
Yeah,
Early September.
something like the end of September, right? It was like after Fashion Week or something like that.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting move. Sari signed to like a multi-year with them, and it was reported that like she got like an offer back in the U.S. by somebody. Obviously, wasn't going to be WWE. Obviously, wasn't WWE in the first place because it was WWE at least probably offering, but like you know, like I would love to think she's just way too smart, and she saw the writing on the wall from what happened last time.
Yeah, she ain't no way she's going back.
No, I think she wanted the freedom to do what she wants to do in Japan and still come over to the US. I figured, yeah, AEW doesn't have a great track record with the women's division, but may have been a better choice because it would have been a much lighter schedule than WWE, and obviously WWE would just make her exclusive. But Sukeban's probably the best thing is they run a show a quarter, and she still gets to travel to the States and enjoy what she did when she was over here, and maybe she gets to headbutt some people over in Miami in a month or so.
Yeah, the money's probably still good too. Also,
Yeah,
and like
they don't spare a single penny at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you were there.
I got
Forgot about that.
free
You were there.
food, free drinks. I got a pillow program. No one does it, and no one runs a venue like that in New York. No independent wrestling company would run a venue like that in New York. So they got the money to spend, and I don't know if they're as competitive as a WWE contract, but compared to a GCW appearances or even maybe an AEW by appearance deal, Sukeban's got to be better.
I think she'd make a couple thousand maybe going like doing indies, but like I mean, because like Utami made like a good chunk of change when she came over, but
True, and
like,
you saw Sarah's line.
Yeah,
stuff.
it was fucked up.
And you know they make bank off merch when they come over too.
The funny thing is Utami didn't even bring merch. She had just her 8x10s or whatever and was like, yeah.
Yeah.
picture.
We'll,
But like,
I'll give you, we'll,
but like,
I'll give
I
you,
guess
we'll talk about Sarah's line at Kitsune when we get to it.
fucking like I love Sari right now. Like I think she's literally like top 10 in the world. So like I'm glad.
She's really in the running for my wrestler of the year. I think
Yeah,
anyone who's been paying attention to her, she's on the radar.
Yeah, she's insane. And I would love to know that she denied them, and also was just smart enough to be like, no, I'm good. You know.
Yeah. Also, Sukiban's like super niche. Like we're all kind of curious about what it would be. It's not like a actual,
Yeah.
federation, but it's like they still get to work in Japan all they want, and then just work the shows that they run for Sukiban.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't listen to my last episode of on the outlet about us talking about the how the show went, we would deep dive like into like the logistics and stuff on like how the person like at the top is just like she is like loaded. She has a bunch of brands connected to her, and most of them were fashion brands. She ran like basically Fashion Week. This is basically her running Art Basel.
The
So
side
it's
project.
like, so this is basically like, yeah, this is like an art project for her or like whatever people she has like on like the company line, you know. So it's like this isn't aimed at wrestling fans. More so, this is like an art piece, maybe that a lot of people can relate to, and also like try to feed in wrestling fans that they can grab and stuff. And like it's just a totally different like experience and like I guess take on like wrestling and I don't know like the anime type stuff. I don't know like
Yeah.
just an insane idea to do, you know?
Yeah, not to sound redundant, but like a different take on the art of pro wrestling.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. I like the idea of just having a completely different philosophy when it comes to presenting wrestling, and especially in like when it comes to Joshi wrestling in this space, especially in the States, because there's a formula now that I don't think I'm a big fan of, where you bring in the Joshi and they wrestle American wrestler, and it's kind of meaningless. This seems like it's going to have a continuity. You're going to have Joshi wrestlers facing Joshi wrestlers, and it's inside of this bubble that's very contained and unique, and it's very presentation based. And that's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool too because I have a feeling that Bull Nakams are gonna get more involved within the stories of the promotion.
Yeah, like we don't know fully because it's only been one show, but we don't know fully like what kind of storytelling we're doing or something. But like, it's just a very interesting thing to see happen, and like how they do financially and all that stuff. Because like, I mean, the money is it's being blown. They don't give probably 2 fucks. You know that. I mean, they want to definitely probably make a penny back and get a deal somewhere, but it's like
free concessions is wild.
Yeah, like that's insane.
That's unheard of in New York City. I'm just saying.
Giving out free shit.
You go Madison Square Garden, it's $15 for a beer.
I was say, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
God forbid that spills.
Yep.
If you guys go listen back to me and Dylan and Velkage, it's we talk about it for like a good hour, I feel like, and it's something we like and also dislike, but we also are very interested in how it goes because it's like we've never seen something like this kind of play out, you know.
Yeah, I think the first episode or whatever you would call it would not be indicative of the product at large, especially when it comes to in-ring. I think it's just like, hey, let's get these people together and put something together that we can present to someone in the future, edit it up, edit it down. So I think that liking and disliking it is kind of like, I don't know. I think that's about average for people. Like, okay, we got like a sample of what this is going to be here in the first episode, and the wrestling was a little toned down, and we'll see what happens in Miami in a month.
Yeah, because this show is mainly just to establish the characters.
Exactly.
In this universe.
And they've been recording like supplemental stuff. They just posted like a street fight between 2 of the factions, and so it's there's more content coming out in between the shows too. So I think that's something that they're going to add on to the brand as they go forward.
They should fight on in the Coney Island beach.
Yeah, I mean they
That
just
would be
did it on
so
they just
raw.
did it on a rooftop in Tokyo, so why not? On the Coney Island and Miami.
Subway station, like in the
Yeah.
metro. That'd be so sick,
Yeah.
actually.
They should fight the city of Daytona.
I said this from day one. They should just make this the Warriors, like legit. But, like I love that so much, and I think it's honestly I forgot to realize that's like based on the same like time as like the 70s.
Yeah.
So it's like,
And with that kind of presentation, you can really get away with that over the top kind of storytelling. You really can get
Yeah.
away with it. You can't get away with it in a regular like an AEW or anything. So it'd be kind of just fun. But they have so much more freedom to do what they want there because of the people involved in the art, and there's like a legitimacy behind it that you don't get with professional wrestling, like a spark when it comes to the art side. So it's exciting because they're gonna push the boundaries of what is pro wrestling, and that's kind of fun.
Yeah, we're all been kind of skeptical because of what happened at Wrestle Queerdom, and then Spark popped up. Yeah. We're nervous about that one. That one ended up being okay, and then we had
they've run 4 shows, right? Spark.
Yeah. 2 West Coast, 2 East Coast.
Yep. I was hard on them because I was like, how are they going to make this work? And then when I started seeing how they were booking, I was like, oh, this is really the smart way to do it, especially if you're a small startup. And then Sukeban is the complete opposite. They're just spending every bit of money they got, making sure that they get make sure they get off on the right foot, and make a big splash. But
now we gotta wait for Spark Midwest.
Yep.
Ooh, I'll find somebody there. We can talk about Sari again. Sunday Girls happened on Sunday. I want to say Saturday night for me. Actually, a really great show. Like so much fun. Dash Chisako versus Aja Kong was like insane.
That was the opener. That was the opener was Momono against Oka.
Yeah, I watched it like sparingly, like through the middle of the card and stuff. But like from what I remember, like I mean, it was what you think it was gonna be. You know, Mio going hard and Oka's always been like really solid. So
I have high praise about their match in March that they had. So I just wanted this is a continuation of that, and I got to catch that show. It sounded amazing.
Yeah, the semifinal and then the main were amazing. I still think. Okay, so I'm gonna spoil the show for you. Sari beat Mika, non-title match. They were both title holders, and instantly people were like, "Oh, they're making Mika look weak." I'm like, "Well, she rolled up the champ to win the belt, so it's like we're already at the bottom floor. This is where we work up, and I don't understand people like crying about it. I'm like, man, I think it's Mika Wada.
Have her lose here, and then have her beat her later on.
I was like, let's chill on crying about it. Let's give her time.
So, we got the dub. Okay, just enjoy it for now.
Yeah. So and then the match was just like insane. So like,
of course they're gonna beat the shit out of each other.
So yeah, like really good stuff. Again, that shows proof that Sari doesn't need to go anywhere. She
wants to wrestle
by herself,
sit around,
and she also has pull. Like she is, as soon as she came back, she's instant star and instant like top person in the scene. So it's like she doesn't need anyone.
Well, she's in the good graces of the older generation too. They love her.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure she's at least nice to. No, I wouldn't say nice to work with. She is rough with every strike. So, let's talk about a show that happened on the same day. All Japan. Nakajima beat Ayagi for the Triple Crown, right?
Yes. Beat Yuma.
Yeah, so they're instantly trying to push Nakajima to him and Kento, obviously, again. So, and I'm like very ready for that. um. Also, that day, Samurai had their like anniversary show. I want to say, like their Thanksgiving show. Really, it felt like right under the radar of people, and it had some like cool Joshi matches on it. Like honestly, um, one of the main ones is Fujimoto coming back for a little match. Kazuna, I guess, was like, "Hey, I brought someone in place of me," and it's Tsukasa Fujimoto, probably one of the best wrestlers in the last, I don't know, decades, 3 decades. I feel like 2 decades.
You could arguably say 20 years.
Yeah, she's again. We're mentioning her again. Me and Velkis were literally say, "Hey, this is like one of our favorite wrestlers." Um, with cool little stuff. And then also on that show, there was another match, but I totally forgot what it was. But then there was a like a 6 woman with Saki, Risa Nakajima, Umasaki versus Maya, Riku Kaiju, and Unagi. Actually, really great match. Like they were like hot out the gate, and like I legit thought it was gonna be like normal 6 men that you'd see on like I don't know a Diana show or something like really like lame. Not lame, but like like less harsh. They went in on this match, so I fully recommend probably watching the show just for the fun. It's like very a weird show because it's in I think Prism Hall, and it's like there's at least like maybe 30 people. I feel like there.
Yeah. Reminds you of those offer matches they would do for BJW.
Yeah, it's like a very small looking show, but the production looks really great and like the lighting's great and all that because it's samurai. So they have their people there, and it's that's how they are. Speaking of Unagi though, she is also running her own show at Korakuen on I think January I want to say the 11th, January 7th, which is an insane thing, and she still hasn't released cards for that. She is
Especially that
waiting.
week. That week of wrestling is important.
Yep.
Where like a lot of people are gonna probably fly over for all this stuff going on.
And from the looks of it, it's 100% crowdfunded.
She seems rich. She's flown her money around. She's like, "Hey, look at this shit." She probably made even like more money just being in California. We could talk about maybe our Ice Ribbon feelings. Ice Ribbon actually kind of doing cool stuff. The tag title thing was a little weird, but I mean that's the rules, I guess.
Yep.
But Ibuki on top and them pushing for Kaho and her at probably I'm pretty sure it's at Ribbon Mania, which is really cool. Those are literally the two favorite people like in the promotion right now after Asahi left. Yeah. So this is probably like the best choice because I mean they could have someone come in and face Ibuki, but do we really need to do that again or do that more in promotions? Like this is what it should be. Yeah, like I really want to watch Ribbon Mania, so I'm currently looking forward to what else they do on the shows.
Yeah, and they had a good match earlier in the year too, Ibuki and Kaho.
Oh yeah, just randomly. Like so I trust in Ibuki, so like it's
always trust in Ibuki.
Talk about oh man, I don't know why I mentioned this. The internet went off when AEW damn near mostly just signed Ric Flair, which is a choice.
They did, and when I saw that, I had to like double check, make sure I wasn't dreaming. I was like, "There's no fucking way."
Yeah, like why?
Literally, why?
Like I don't know what we're doing here anymore. Like I mean I fell off of AEW a bit ago. I like watching like My People, and that's it.
Kristen Cage, that's about it. Other than that, it's like I zoom out.
I haven't watched since Wembley, and I was already fading before that. So
I was fading like by the beginning of the year, I think, or like right after like Forbidden Door time. Like I was just like, all right.
yeah, then Punk came back, and I was like, hell yeah! And then
He
Wembley.
was
A
he was
lot
stupid.
happened at Wembley.
He
From
was
was
him
his
very
being
own worst enemy.
stupid to yeah, exactly. He's his own worst enemy.
Oh wait,
Still, still one of my favorites of all time. I don't know, whatever.
speaking of like backstage stuff, I forgot to mention this. Like, Stardom also had like a weird situation at one of their house shows, and it's like we kind of still don't know what happened, but it's like I'm not gonna sound crazy, but like it's kind of like the Kitsune situation where like I guess the venue was like being hard on them, and also the company changed their door opening times, and also the staff were like being rude to Mayu and Julia, and like like it was actually like a crazier day because I think that happened the day before all the new stuff happened. Like it was the same week, so like there's like weird shit going on, and like the actual like what's his name Kadani had to come down to like the show. I think the next day, and yeah, it's like I like if people don't understand. So like imagine if you're late to work over there, that's like or like late to anything or like have like a weird start time or something like that. They take offense to that. Over here, you get maybe slapped on the wrist and told, "Hey, don't do that again" or something, or honestly people won't care,
You get a
You clock in.
warning.
Yeah, you clock in wherever you clock in, it's but like over there Japan's way different. Like we value I'm pretty sure they value time way more, and they
Yeah.
and they have they have manners over there, we don't. So
Well,
like
when I was at the New Japan show in New York, that got delayed because they didn't have an ambulance present. It was delayed by like an hour or so, and they had like someone come out, apologize. Like I've been to like other shows where things have gone off an hour later and no one cared, no one batted an eye, and the parents like, it's just whatever. But in Japan, it is absolutely like so important that things happen on time.
yeah, and like even for like venues, like they need to be in and out sometimes because they host a bunch of other things. Like again, we had our situation at Kitsune, but like we were just like, we'll be fine. I mean,
Yeah.
no one's saying much, but
Yeah.
we know what's going on, so we
Yeah.
were very in the know. So we're like, oh, we'll be fine. But like stuff like at Stardom shows, that's a situation, and
Yeah.
people didn't understand like that. It's like, why are they apologizing? Like, what is it that serious? I'm like, it's serious when the staff that's supposed to be working for the wrestlers are acting like dicks and not telling them things, and also like, I think the show was delayed by 2-3 hours. Like, that's a lot of fucking time, and you're putting the wrestlers out into the public, and like like people know where the wrestlers are. They're at the venue, so it's like they've ran into a lot of situations where
Yeah,
people are just
I wonder what happened that
waiting
made
for
them
them.
push the start time back.
I think it was like venue problems, and then like I think it was just like venue problems and just like I don't know managerial things. I don't know. Like it was legit like a
Wasn't
weird
it
thing.
Stardom that put out the statement asking fans to like respect the wrestler's personal space?
Yeah, that happened like a year ago when people were like taking pictures outside the venue, and like Kid and I don't know Ami and a lot of other people just didn't have makeup on or like masks, especially Kid. Like, and that's when they're like, hey, like
Wait a minute,
don't
she's 40.
don't be at the venue that early. Like there. I guess that's a bad. That's what I'm saying. You're putting them in danger.
Yeah.
Those people know where they're at.
Yeah, you don't want to dox them like that.
Yeah, and like people will fucking hide behind the walls and corners and just wait for you to like appear and fucking hound you, and like, come on, man. Like, and that's why I said at Kitsune, I was like, hey, like we don't have to say hi to these people. Like, we know who they
Some of
are.
them fan sites are crazy. Like they'll go through great lengths to get pictures.
if like we had the girls pass through by us in line, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're here.
Mm-hmm.
Other people were like, oh my god. I'm like, let's just chill for like a minute.
Yeah. They're just trying to get prepared for the show, and
We're around Tay for like 30 minutes.
We're not over here trying to like kill her or something. Like it's just like leave them be. They did their job today, made money. I think we love for them just to be chill, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, the show's over.
Yeah. Last thing, New Japan had Power Struggle the other, what was it, Saturday, I think, Friday. Fun show. I slept through like half of it though, but I got to the main event, which I kind of really was looking forward to. Will Ospreay versus Shota Umino. Shota's coming out party, he was like really great in this. He lost though, which again people cry about, but it's whatever. The thing that went up, made people go up in arms is David Finlay being inserted into a Jon Moxley and Will Ospreay match at Wrestle Kingdom for a new belt because David Finlay smashed the two I guess international belts. It's it was a sight to see because you could tell Gato was just trying to get it over, and it's just like, man, do we really care about David Finlay in 2023?
You gotta give it to the trash panda.
I slowly realized why Bullet Club is what it is now. It's because, do you guys remember when like it was cool?
Yeah, this angle would go a lot better if it was Fit Finlay with the shillelagh.
It's like we had a cool Bullet Club, and that was enough. But now we have like basically two Bullet Clubs, and both of them are like heel bullshit, and like very, just like unlikable wrestlers. And it's like, we can't do this. You're giving us a plate of fucking double shit. At least give us a good plate, man.
They refuse to let Bullet Club die.
I understand it because it makes money or whatever. But it's just like, what are we doing, man?
We did get one good announcement for Wrestle Kingdom. We are getting Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada.
He's on his Morishima shit, man. He's gonna wrestle with no eyeball.
I don't want to see Danielson on TV until after that match. I don't want to see no injury. I don't want him to wrestle a match and then his eye get punched out again.
He is insane. I legit think he's insane.
He is. He is a crazy bastard. That's why I love him.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great match. I'm still sad I can't watch Wrestle Kingdom live. I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm gonna try my hardest to like skate my way out of it. But I'm gonna try to watch that live. Anything else on the docket? Anything else you guys could think of?
I think it's pretty good for the news, though. Nothing too crazy. Not much to note about TJPW.
I mean, it's happening.
Yeah,
shows are happening.
It is a promotion that's running.
Free Wi-Fi champ. That's all that fucking matters.
Yeah, that's
Yuka's back.
She's on her final run.
Yep.
Done her farewell, right? Yeah.
Yep. I
got
lying if I said I've watched anything, but I gotta watch the end of Yuka's run there.
Yeah.
It's just hard to get back into it from all the traveling I've been doing, and just
you're a busy
Yuka
man.
being gone for a bit, and I'm like, and just kind of falling out of it now. Got to jump back in for the ending here. So, like Yuka's maybe my favorite wrestler ever. So
yeah, she's on her last legs there, and then Saki Kaiser's literally retiring. So, and then now Miyu's top champ again, and it's just we'll see who they're feeding her, and so far we're still doing foreigners.
Yeah, the foreigners. I mean, that's also a big reason why I've been out of it for a bit too.
It's like I'm pretty sure you've seen them wrestle 50 times, and now
I want to see Hikari Noah get a shot. I want to see like people, homegrown talent, get a shot. And it's just I've seen Billy Starks at the boat. I've seen nothing against Billy Starks. I love Billy Starks. I think she's a top tier American talent, but it's just you know, I'm selfish. I want to see my faves from TJPW fight for belts in TJPW.
I think you're in the same boat as a lot of people.
Yeah.
How a lot of people feel. I mean, that's how I feel too. It's like,
Yeah. I think that's more of where my interest is like faded. It's not from, Miyu winning again or the pillars. It's just that it's uninteresting matchups overall. I don't know.
no story, no build. It's
Story.
just
Yeah,
like,
that's what it is. It's like, oh, here's here's a random foreigner. It's like, okay, well,
it's like what AEW does on Rampage. It's like, hey, look at this cool ass match you can watch.
Yeah.
But like,
And then they bust out Aja Kong.
like a lot of, I mean, again, like, yeah, we never don't trust Miyu with the belt. It's just like
we know who she is. We know she's good.
But it's like, what are we giving her? Like, are we gonna give Suzume the best match of her life and push her to another level, or we're just gonna give Masha Slamovich a match?
That
I love Masha too. Come on, it's just you want to see something.
If you let Suzume show out against Miyu, that'll tear the house down.
Yeah, and like I've been saying, okay, trust the process. They're building these stars. They're making you want these stars to win, but then they reach a ceiling now, and now there's a new ceiling of like, okay, now they have to wait for the foreigners to wrestle everyone, and it's just it makes it even more a frustrating promotion, even more frustrating to watch. And it's now beyond okay, like there's an intentional frustration of okay, I want Suzume to get up the card, and she's slowly doing it, and when she gets there, it'll feel triumphant. And now it's like, oh, now there's another layer to get through.
Yeah, I mean, I can say I love the Gon Pro stuff they do. Like, that's always fun. Like, they just add Yappy or Yuri somewhere on the card. Like, that's fun to me. And like the undercard is usually like just kind of fun.
It's fun. Toribami's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have Yuki Arai doing stuff still, and like it's fun. But it's just like
Endo, greatest of all time.
Yeah, she's like top 10 wrestler there already, like top 5 basically.
Yep.
But it's just like, like, huh? Can we make some progress already, please?
Can we switch it up a little bit? I don't want to get started, but Hikari's one away from a grand slam.
Go.
That's true. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I guess we can finally get to our little trip.
Jabroni, why don't you start us off with your trip to Kitsune?
Oh,
yeah. So I guess you can run through like, I don't know how
your
feelings were seeing the show, and then you're like, all right, I'm deciding on going.
Yeah. Well, at first the first announcements were Act and Natsumi Sumikawa, and I was like, yeah, let me go see Natsumi and Act, and reached out to Eric, was going to sponsor Natsumi, and then Actwres pulled them, or someone pulled, it just didn't work out.
Sakaguchi?
Yeah, Sakaguchi. It didn't work out, and Actwres is very strict with the way that their talent can be used elsewhere, and I know Eric had a vision for the show, and it just seemed like it wasn't compatible, and I don't think that there's any bad blood between Actwres and Eric, and vice versa. It's just it just didn't work out. And I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna go, but Eric's got connections. He's interviewed a lot of really great wrestlers, a lot of my favorite wrestlers, and I figured he'll probably still bring in some really awesome people. And then more and more people got announced, and I was like, all right, it's gonna be a cool show, and it'll be fun. So, Tai was a big thing, and ended up sponsoring her. So it's, it was. At first, like, I don't know with the pull, and then like, okay, I'm in, I'm all in, and it'll just be a fun show with some good talent. Nagi's always fun to watch. Umasaki.
Yeah, a lot of rare stuff going on.
Yeah, and like I've been to a lot. Like, I mean, everyone comes to GCW and DPW, and Spark ran by me. I've seen a lot of Joshi talent just over here, so. Seeing Umasaki and who else? Tai, yeah, her first show in the US. So
Risa.
I mean, Magenta's been over, but
Yeah, Magenta.
Yeah, but I Magenta never went to the East Coast, but I had to go to the West Coast to see them. It was still really cool to see.
Matsumoto.
It was just a really Miyakoko. That's
Amikura.
insane. Amikura, yeah, just crazy lineup of a lot of my favorites because he pretty much just pulled from like a pool of great freelancers, and that's like who I cheer for mostly. Is the freelancers, and Amikura is one of my favorites, and she's really been a solid wrestler for a while, and I think people are really starting to realize it with the matches she's been having. So it was, there was no way I could miss it once the full lineup came together, and just seeing Miyakoko was like okay, because I missed Miyakoko in Japan, and she was on my list of like I gotta see her. That's just seeing it all come together, all the freelancers, all the talent. Like, all right, I'm in, and Kawahata too. She's also one of my favorites. So, yeah.
Yeah. Before we like slice the show up, like I just want to say like from maybe other people's perspective watching on like IWTV or whatever, that is not the experience we had like at all. Like whatever you guys had was like nothing like we had. You know.
Yeah.
There was just, as soon as we walked in, there was like an energy in the room that was like a million things going on, and we're like, this feels different, you know, like this doesn't feel like an indie show, a GCW, or another another Joshi show. Like this is
the only
feeling.
Other show that I get in the States that felt the same way was probably when Stardom came over in 2019. And if they even had a delay, an hour or so because of the broken turnbuckle, the broken rope. So there's just an excitement in the room. Like, okay, this is the first time like we've been seeing these people. There's a lot going on. Like, there's a lot to be excited about. And even if the matches were all mediocre, I'm not saying that they were. I'm just saying if they were,
which they weren't.
yeah. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna meet the wrestlers. It's just gonna be a fun experience, and just to cheer for these people in person, and like even like yelling out "Tai" when she was in the ring. It was just like okay, cool. Like finally, you're able to just cheer for this person in person. It was a lot of fun. Throwing streamers, and the matches didn't even matter at that point. It was really just showing our appreciation for the talent for coming over and for the entertainment that they've given us for the last, however long we've been watching Joshi wrestling. So it was way more than just a wrestling show for the people in attendance. And it didn't hurt that like some of the matches are actually pretty damn good.
Definitely. And not to mention it was a sellout.
It was.
Yeah, there's half of Twitter was there.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Pretty much everyone on Twitter, like west of the Mississippi, was there.
Yeah, like I decided like as soon as I saw the Natsumi and Act, I was like, yeah, I need to go. And as long as other people are there, I think I'm like for sure going. And then I mean they got pulled, but like you said, like I think he made up for people that were
more than made up for.
Konami Tay and like
Konami was massive. I didn't even bring up Konami, but that was huge.
Konami being the X is like wasn't even a thought. Like you wouldn't think Konami would be there.
She was also the extra Sukeban, so that's just fun.
But
it also makes sense because of Kyoko.
Yeah. The crazy thing is she was in the ring with like 3 other like great American wrestlers, like a legend and like Mercedes, and then like Janai, dope, and then Willow's like probably like the coolest wrestler on TV, and then Konami, and she's the star of the match. Yep. It's like so. I mean, we're getting ahead, but like the matches and like the people there, that's what made it, man. Like the fucking production, it could be shit, the music fucking shit, but when those people were in the ring and we saw the wrestlers in person and how everyone was very nice to each other, everyone was like just cheering on, throwing streamers, like that's the energy like that I want from wrestling. I don't want the like I don't want this like super uptight like shit I've fucking seen and I've been to. And I mean I've been to indie show in Indiana, and it's like they're fun, and there's like a good energy, but it's like, oh yeah, we're here to get our check, maybe wrestle on IWTV and get out, But it's just like stuff like this is like one in a million. Like I mean, there's gonna probably be a second show, but it's like there will be never. We could say we've been to the first one,
Yeah, it was definitely good to be part of the inaugural one.
Yep. And even if it fades out and it's not as we're at the first like Tai Honma appearance in the US. We're at the first, it just were a lot of a unique show that I think is a landmark show no matter what the promotion is or becomes.
And just a lot of things going on, yeah.
And all that matters is that Magenta's entrance worked.
It's true. I think like the one that went off.
As a big Amin fan, didn't get to never forget,
awesome.
and I can't forgive.
But she showed the hell out though.
Yeah, Amin's amazing. So it's all fine.
So,
but imagine if she had the booming entrance music after the match. Absolute superstar. She was already a star, but superstar moment.
Oh, Sonoda, tell us about your journey to LA that day.
Shit, what time did I leave at? Left for like afternoonish, and then I got there. Went to my friend's house. They wanted to do like a little beer fest thing, so we all just hung out, had a few beers, and then I headed out the next day. Met up with you, Pedro, and then Jabroni joined us shortly after.
Yeah, me and I was like, okay, so when I landed, I was like dead. I was like, I couldn't do anything. I just wanted to eat, sleep, and then wake up for the next day to be ready for whatever. And then I was like, all right, Jabroni is like an elevator away. The worst fucking elevator of all time.
Well, I was over in Santa Ana at my fourth or fifth concert of the trip. So when you landed, so
you were like still out by the time I was like dying in bed. I had like 4 Advils in me too. I was legit like on my last leg.
Not the Naho Ramada elevator though.
The Naho elevator, man, like that's the most fucked thing ever.
You gotta add it to the pod art.
Oh, I had to wait. I deleted the picture, but I have it in the chat.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Fuck the elevator. Oh no, I have it in black and white.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but like, I think that area wasn't that bad at all. I think Koreatown's very nice. It's the most convenient fucking place to like be at, to be honest, because it's like a lot of shit that you could do if you have like 0 time, and that's basically what we had. Well, what I had. You had time to run around, but I didn't have time much to do anything like the 2 days, because one day was occupied with the wrestling. The other day was fighting sleep depravity, because I wasn't jet lagged, but I was dying in other ways. But like, yeah, like where we were at was just like, yeah, it's Koreatown.
Yep.
Then you had that all you can eat spot that was like right underneath you guys.
It was like that pizza place. I had it.
Koreatown pizza.
Yeah, I had it. It was actually not that bad. They just didn't have certain items after like 10 o'clock.
I ate In-N-Out way too many times when I was over there. I missed it.
Yeah, I had In-N-Out on the Walk of Fame, and I'm like, all right, yeah, that's good.
It's mandatory.
Yep.
It's nothing like it's nothing like you should like buy a whole flight for, but like, it's pretty good.
Mine as well.
Yeah, it's like, I'm here, I'm gonna eat it, and then I'm gonna go back to New York and New Jersey and have like Never have a hamburger again.
Never
Dollar
again.
slice.
It's such a yeah. I rarely like eat that kind of food out here, and when I'm out there, you gotta enjoy it while it's
Yeah,
out
haven't
there.
had
But
haven't had a hamburger since.
yeah, have I? No.
Yeah, like the area was really cool. From what I was like digesting is that like half of it is like it's majority Latino community, and then the other part is the Korean. Which I thought was like very interesting. But I mean, it's LA, so
Yeah, LA
we
is a
kind of
melting pot.
we kind of know how it is. Yeah. Um, not as much as like I don't know, maybe Midwest or like New York or something like that, but like I think LA is just majority Latinos, which I kind of fit. A lot of us fit into.
Yeah.
But you know, like it's just a crazy mix of people. Like if you go up by Hollywood, which I was at for like a day, it's just like melting pot for real. Like there's just a whole bunch of people there. Too much people, to be honest. Jabroni, what movie did you see at the?
Stop Making Sense, which is the concert film with the Talking Heads.
Mhm.
So it was an IMAX over there at the theater, the Chinese theater. So I just was like, all right, and it was actually recorded a few blocks away in Hollywood in the 70s, 79, something like that. So it was just kind of cool that I was able to catch it there. I've been meaning to watch. It's one of my favorite concert movies ever. So yeah, but we ended up missing each other because I was like, all right, I'm literally going into this movie in like 5 minutes, and you're like, oh, I'm going out to Hollywood.
Yeah, like an hour later, I was at the
Yeah.
that stupid mall thing. I always forget what it's called.
That's where I was to the whatever it's called. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's right next to the theater.
Yeah, I seen it. It was like I kind of see how their setup for that is now. It's like the Chinese theater, and then it's I forget what it's called, the mall, but it's like connected to it, and then like there's the big IMAX thing, and I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. I was like,
You got the view of the sign when you go like around a corner.
yeah. Then
Did
I'm
you
like,
see the Pokemon exhibit?
I didn't actually.
Ooh, it was like downstairs. It was in a weird spot, but
There's like so much fucking shit downstairs. I was just like,
yeah.
where am I? um, and then I had like a whole situation when we met up the first time. I was like, I need a Type C USB cable. And then
Daiso's got one. They didn't have one.
Daiso fucked me over.
So mad
And
at Daiso.
I went to
Taking
two
back all the good
CVS's.
things I said about them when I was in Japan.
I went to two CVS's. They were locked behind like glass, and they were like $40. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
$40 for a cable?
I have
Yeah.
paid $40 for an 8 gig SD card at the CVS in
8
Atlantic
gigs?
City
Fuck.
way too many times because I keep forgetting my freaking SD cards.
You get a terabyte for like.
Yeah, I
15
know.
bucks
I know. But when the only place to buy a damn SD card in Atlantic City, New Jersey is at the CVS across the street from the Hard Rock, you just gotta do what you gotta do.
That's how they get you.
Yep.
Yeah, like
So
yeah,
remind me
was cool,
before New Year's. I gotta make sure I can take pictures of Risa Sarah.
Dude, you gotta get a new SD.
I just gotta remember to bring an SD card.
Put that bitch in
Remember
burst mode and then let it fly.
Setting like 50 alarms on the 29th to pack an SD card.
Just tape it to the thing.
But yeah, like the first day was like Sonoda and your friend what was his name again?
Alan?
Yeah. Like you guys showed up and we're like, yep, we're all here now.
Mhm.
And then Jabroni. I mean, I was with Jabroni in the morning because we were just like, all right, let's do something because we have a lot of time to waste till 2 o'clock or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's
and then,
around the time I left, I think. Like around 2.
You were like on the way. Like
Yeah.
and then
I was like 30 minutes out.
Yeah, when we got back to the hotel, we are just like, all right, we're gonna change and do whatever, and
Kicked it for like 15 minutes?
15 minutes. It felt like, we were just like, oh yeah, and then that's when we did our like walkthrough, right? That's where we're like checking on like the venue and stuff.
Yeah. we it was like what, a 5-minute walk?
Yeah, it was like 40 minutes, or like it was like 20 minutes before like call time, and then he was like, oh yeah, it's delayed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amin was going into business for herself.
She's just a normal person, just walking
Yep.
on the street.
Full
I was like, who is
gear.
that? Who is that? Like, oh my god, full gear.
One of those like, all right, well, we saw the message online. We're walking towards the venue. And we see the talent walking away from the venue in their gear. Going, this is going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, and then like there was like little mishaps with like the dressing room and stuff. So it was like there was a lot of stuff going on inside that we weren't informed about.
I think that's just you running a first show. It's especially in this place that's not meant for that.
Yeah,
wasn't designed for
on the
for
third
wrestling
floor.
or-
I couldn't
on the
imagine
third
what
floor.
it was like getting the ring up there.
It was definitely
Corkin.
like Corkin. Except
That Corkin ring probably just stays there.
Yeah, Corkin, just definitely just stay there. But
because they used to do
like,
boxing at Corkin, I think that's why it's there.
they have MMA in that bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, but like I'm like the first when we were in the morning we had coffee and then we met up with we seen Charles at Dysa.
Yep.
He's a nice guy. And then was that before the show or after the show? We seen them grabbing waters or like in the middle. When was that? Or like stuff? Remember?
We were in line, I think.
We were.
Me and Jabroni seen.
Us and
Unagi
Charles were
Konami.
leaving. We were leaving that.
Koreatown. Together going to H Mart.
Yeah, they were coming into H Mart,
and
we were leaving like we like just left H Mart.
Isn't the show starting in like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Or like starting in like an hour, and we're like, oh shit, that was them.
And then we walked around and we saw the American talent standing outside.
Yeah, that's when we did our. Oh yeah. That's when
we were walking back to the hotel and it was going.
Us and Charles were like, yeah, something's happening.
Yeah, because by the time we got there, people were waiting for like 2 hours.
Yeah. But once I saw Sheik, I'm like, she'll get this up into shape quick. I mean, she runs her own promotion, and so it's just first time you're on a show, it's hard, and a lot of things you don't think of will come up, and it'll feel disastrous when you're trying to put it all together.
The
show day must be stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't like get into like we won't get into like
it's not necessary.
The negative because I mean it's just typical first time thing. Just honestly, to be honest.
Even when I talk to like the DPW guys after a show, they're like, we were nervous before the show. I mean, they've been doing this for a couple of years now, and it's still a very hard thing to do is to get everything coordinated in a way that everything goes off without a hitch, and it's almost impossible.
Yeah, remember their first show, James was shitting a brick because Tankman almost didn't make it.
Yeah, when they did the DPW live in Jersey, and Emmy's flight got canceled, and she came in like an hour after the show ended and still hung around. Like these things happen, and there are things in your control, out of your control, and things are always going to go wrong. And it really is just how you deal with them that will make a show sink or swim. And once the first bell rings, that's when it all matters.
Yeah. I told people like the first sorry, son. I told people like the first like after the show, I was like, hey man, I was like, you go listen to those DPW like episodes where they talk, or like Deadlock episodes where they talk about their DPW like day, and like some days it's like, oh yeah, we had the show, it was fun, no hitches. But in reality, like they're having like problems somewhere, and like the problems they do talk about, like the flight, the COVID stuff before, all that stuff. They talk about it like it's like just a like a little thing, but it's actually like very much like do or die sometimes. Yeah. Like them.
Didn't they have like a was it a firefighter or something trying to?
Yeah, they have like
the fire marshal. They're blocking the exit.
Fire marshal coming in, like asking about like where's the cage, like shit like that. It's and that one person and that one impression you make on that person can have the show not happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I was saying, like, do people think it's like, oh, like what's going on with the show? Like, I'm like, man, like, give it a time, like it's just it's the first one.
Working out the kinks.
If you don't know how an actual show runs, it's like you guys need to go outside. It's like there's a lot of things going on. There's multiple people doing multiple things.
Yeah, and not to mention too, like Eric had to make last minute adjustments to the card multiple times, so he's also trying to scramble and make sure people are getting there.
Yep.
And and he's having issues here and there, and like people are like need direction. It's just a bunch of things. Yeah.
He'd never run a show before, and he's trying to put out a bunch of different fires, and he was trying to take a lot on himself because it's his show. It's got his name on it. So he's trying to do what he can. And maybe could have delegated it to people, but it's all hindsight and all. I would have done this now.
Yeah, information for next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's harder than if actually it's way harder, than actually.
A lot more than you think it's ever going to be.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's a lot of money, and it's a lot of time, and it's a lot of. There's definitely things that could be better, but that goes for a lot of promotions. That there's like, hey, you guys should work on lighting. Hey, you guys should maybe bump the speakers up. Hey, you guys should do this. There's a lot of things, and people should be more, like, I guess, more critical in those times of like, hey, let's try to help instead of being like, this is like bullshit or like this is like come on, let's get real.
Yeah. Let's give it up for Eric though. Couldn't happen to a nicer dude. Seeing him how he's come up from just doing the Joshi pod, interviewing people, and then him actually running a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. For any faults he made or like any faults that like went upon him, like I praise him because like he put this together and he had all the connections in hindsight. He made the connections to do everything, and I'm pretty sure he's also going through a lot with his father, his family stuff. So I'm like, like he has nothing but like my love for like what he did and stuff. Mm-hmm.
His mind is everywhere right now. His mind is going so many different places.
I told him after the show, like, whatever hiccups and what roadblocks you hit on the way here. Once that first bell rang, everyone in that room was so invested in everything that was happening on the show. It was a great show to be live in the room for. So yeah, everything, all of the tough stuff that he had to get there was definitely worth it once that bell rang.
Yeah, because after that first bell ring, even though the audio was scuffed, no one cared. No one in the venue was booing. No one was griefing over it. Everybody was just like, "We're here to see the matches and enjoy the show," and that everybody did.
Yep.
Yeah, we could like okay, so we got there, and there was like a line of people. Like we were at least in the middle of the line, I'd say, around the corner. The worst fucking like steps of a venue ever.
They were sticky.
There was literally fucking marks on the bottom of my shoe, and the still can't come out. Fucking
it had the vibes of Corrigan Hall though. It did actually had the vibes of Corrigan Hall, so I actually really appreciated it.
That's probably why he booked it.
Yeah, it felt very similar. You're just waiting in line on the stairs.
It needs bleachers.
It just needs all like the writing on the wall.
Exactly. Well, I don't know if the Westmore Dance Studio would appreciate it, but whatever.
Let me paint on that real quick.
Don't worry, SSPW will go off without a hitch.
Thai Army 420.
Oh my god!
Instead of the music being too low, it's gonna be too loud. And you hear shit.
And then we kind of were just walking up slowly, and then all the wrestlers are passing by, and just you could again we kind of knew what one of the problems were, and them passing us by, we're like, okay, yeah, it sucks that they have to deal with us, but
at least they figured something out.
Yeah, and then like everybody in line was super chill. No one was like fussing or being a headache for security or anything. Everybody was being
And the security was
Civilized.
really, really chill.
Yeah,
chill.
the people
Yeah.
are cool. I feel like I swear to God I've seen them before,
Me
but
too.
I'm
That
probably
one guy
just
who
like
gave me the
lying.
chair, definitely.
Yeah, I feel like I swear I was like, do I know this guy from somewhere, or have I seen him on like a show or something?
As soon as I walked in, he started talking to me about hockey.
Yeah, I was like, yep. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's gonna be easy.
So we didn't know if you and Alan were gonna get in, but you guys got in, which fine. We don't have to talk about like the situation, but like we didn't know if you guys were getting in, but we're like, oh yeah, no, you guys will be fine. You guys, we had no worry in my brain, but me and Jabroni got in, and we're like, we're waiting for you guys.
I bought a front row seat I used for 2 matches.
Hey, what the chair got used.
The chair got used. Yeah, the chair was a star of the show. For was it the magenta match? Or whatever
Was it that or was it hibiscus?
I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got up there in the magenta match because I was like, all right, it's time to just.
Oh, you were watching them, but you were like, no, you were there taking pictures.
That match fucked.
that match was my second favorite on the show.
That match ruled.
And then Maria almost tripped over Kawahata.
Yep.
But yeah, like we got in. We were like, it was pretty like a wild scene to walk into because it was just like everyone's walking around. Literally like there's like no barriers to anyone. Like Unagi's walking around. It's like Tay was at her table already. All these people were at their tables already, which we should have been at the tables probably like an hour earlier. But I mean, everyone was still or like at the tables and stuff, which was really cool. Music blaring. Well, not music blaring, but there's like that music from I forgot his name. He was a really cool guy.
Grizz.
But, yeah, Grizz was really cool. But like there's like a lot going on. Heart editing. Mr. Nick was asking about us and if we're getting in, and he was a cool guy. He was the designer for the posters and for the cards and stuff. Yeah, really solid dude.
Hart's just a really cool dude, and
yeah, we caught Magenta at the buzzer.
Oh yeah, at the meet and greet thing. Yeah. But there's a lot of cool people in the building, man. It was just a different energy that I feel like
Art was there. We were there. Charles was there.
Yeah, Charles walked in later with us.
Sprite.
Sprite. The New Legacy guys were there.
A lot of dudes from Twitter.
Yeah, a lot of guys from Twitter, man. I was like, half of Twitter, man.
And there was that guy with the hammer. He was there too.
Yeah, the hammer guy. It was a cool crew. Pretty much like anyone who like knew what was up with wrestling was there.
Like Unagi fans, fucking
Unagi fans from Japan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That one girl that's always like front row.
Yeah, she was over by the stage.
I forget her name. Her name's like front row something. But yeah, like she was
Reiko, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It reminds you of that one Noah fan that showed up at WrestleMania weekend.
The one Noah fan.
That's why she's not the world champion. One fan.
I'm gonna catch you.
Corey Noah only has one fan. I am him.
I'm him.
It's on my little DDT license thing in the Wrestling Universe.
We also had like Monthly Pro Wrestling in the building. We had a bunch of other probably like publications and people that were like walking around and stuff.
PWI was there.
Yeah, for sure. I legit didn't even know that one, to be honest.
Yeah. I just saw people taking pictures like, oh shit.
Yeah, a lot of West Coast Pro guys in the building, of course.
Yeah. The promoters are definitely there.
Yeah, they definitely got invited, and probably interested as much as we were in that.
Wait, Amin's mom was there?
Amin's mom.
Wow, like crazy.
We were like, because we were like, they were taking pictures by the catering. We're like, oh, who's
they
that?
seem cool. They all seem pretty cool, and I mean, you know,
We're like, oh, they have a Amin towel.
that's your
That's
fucking
cool.
mom.
And we're like, that's so sick.
Awesome. I mean, he's the coolest. So it was
yeah.
cool.
We had like Chigusa running around, which is like the most insane
Yep.
shit of all time. Kyoko running around, I was like, what the fuck?
It had the vibes of a show in Japan too. Like even from the Cork Hall to just people being out and about signing autographs. It just felt very, very authentic. Like I think Eric wanted that for his show, and I think he got very close to it.
Yeah, because he's been there quite a few times, and you know he has experience, and you have Chigusa, and obviously the girls know how it was like over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
The fan base is very different, but it's I think we kind of ended up like almost halfway in between with the fan base, and it was cool.
Yeah, I'm glad we had like no like weirdos. I mean, I don't sound like a dick, but there was weirdos in the building, but it also was like no one was being like obnoxious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was obnoxious.
Everyone was pretty respectful for the most part.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, everyone kept their arms on their sides. Everyone was cool. Like again, that just added to the energy. I was just like, yeah, this feels like crazy.
And then we got to see Konami and Janai Kai kick the shit out of each other.
Yeah, we'll run through the card, and we'll probably highlight some people that we really liked, and we'll like the performance wise, and then we could be biased after. Could be hella biased.
Oh, we're definitely gonna be biased.
So we had in the Gong Rumble, Brooke Havoc, Alex Garcia, Aspen Rose,
Alex Gracia.
Gracia. I always thought it was Garcia.
Well, the ring announcer even announced it as Garcia, but it's Gracia. Yeah.
Damn Latinos. Aspen Rose, Delilah Doom or Delia Doom, J Rod, Jada Stone, Charisma, Tara Zepp, Zyra Zakir, I don't know how to say her name really, Zyra, and this very special person in the match, Miyuko Matsumoto.
Yeah. Going the distance.
She went all the way with Brooke Havoc, which is the craziest match. Like, I don't think I would ever like imagine that happening.
She did spend 90% of it outside the ring, grabbing onto the post.
She's smart though. That's how you
work smarter, not harder, nerds.
She's the smartest wrestler I've ever seen in my life for many different reasons, and it was only solidified.
Wait, guys, what if the production issue wasn't on them? What if she came out and just screamed and broke the fucking sound barrier?
Probably blew a speaker with her singing Cultopia.
Yeah, but legit, I did not hear the instrumental. I heard her, and I'm like, this is legit.
Yeah, this is authentic right here.
Yep.
That's how it should be. Like them muting the music and her just singing.
Like, I felt bad. I didn't know any of the, American or talent in this match. But I'm on the East Coast, and it's a very different world, East Coast and West Coast. So, but everything was pretty solid.
So I think people have seen Brooke Havoc on like AEW Dark when it was very dark.
Seen her. Yeah.
It was. She's basically like was like Cody's like protege or like handpicked person, and then Alex Garcia was like she
pops up randomly places that I watch.
She was on like that Stardom show, right? And she did like a Stardom run for a good while.
Yep. And Aspen wrestled in the match that Act did over Mania weekend.
Yeah.
Shout out. That's how I know her.
She's also in that picture with the Gary Goose. We also had J Rod. J Rod is someone that I feel like is just insane to look at. It's just like this. She is tall, built, and why isn't she on TV?
She seemed really cool.
And then honestly, there's a lot of cool people in the match. Really, it's just like
Rumbles aren't the most interesting match when it comes to like watching people get a gauge of their work rate, but it worked for an opening Rumble for sure.
And the prize is sweet.
Um, yeah, that was the Rumble. It wasn't anything insane, but it was just
Yeah.
we got to see some peoples right out
You
the
got
gate.
people on the card, and you got to have Matsumoto, Miyakoko do what Miyakoko does.
And then the next match after this was Black Swan versus Rachel Armstrong. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, Black Swan was cool. I didn't think she was gonna be like my type of person, like I'd like, but
Yeah, she was cool.
she
The match,
unique, very
yeah.
unique.
Yeah, she made the match better for just being who she was in the match.
Yeah, like I'm like, okay, like I at least have the knowledge now, like what type of person she is and like
Yep.
wrestler. I'm like, yep, that's a great start for her.
Yep.
And oh god, this next match, Rina Amakura versus Trish Adora. So when you read these two names, you're like, okay, yeah, Trish Adora is pretty ventured. We see her a lot. Rina Amakura. Holy shit!
People don't give the credit that she deserves, but this match was fantastic. This my favorite of the night.
Yeah.
And I've been praising Amikura for a long time, and sometimes it's biased because I like the Colors girls and I like the Actwres girls, but I feel like it's undeniable since probably like last March or when she had the match with the Totoro.
Mhm.
That was really, really good. And since then, she's just been having great matches. And this was just another one, another great match.
Yeah, I think ever since like Colors like started doing their own produce shows, and then she got more into like pushing in Diana and stuff.
Yeah.
And then her wave stuff have been insane.
Yeah.
She is like so underrated, and it's like she has like a style that I feel like a lot of girls do, but it's just like she has more energy than.
Yep.
She's a ball
like,
of fire.
I don't know.
She's
wish
had
she
a
got
breakout year.
Yeah. The last 2 years she has been just on fire.
And that her senton is insane to see live.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like she just has that energy that's just like I feel like a lot of people and a lot of like Joshi wrestlers especially like try to have and try to take from like other type of like house wrestlers, and like I don't even want to say she's like a house wrestler, but like she does everything just like so well, and it's just like
she's very expressive. That's a good way to put it.
Definitely. And even when she's not wrestling, she's always like when she was seconding almost every match after her match.
Oh, she got a raise.
She just added a lot to the matches with her energy, even though she was in the background. She was tapping the mat and smiling, clapping along, and it was.
She would react with her face to the matches.
Yeah.
She was collecting everybody's gear or whatever, knickknacks.
She was the hardest working person at Kitsune, other than maybe Eric.
And maybe Chris, the photographer, or something. I don't know. Like, and Hart, or Hart's just sitting there after like being stressed for an hour.
Oh yeah, the security guards got gas getting the streamers.
Oh yeah.
Hart had to jump in there too. But like it's hard for me to like rank the Colors girls, and it's just like because I think Yuko's great too, and Rina's just like insane, and I think Hikari Shimizu is like my favorite like Colors.
She won a match.
Ever.
She won a match this year. That's all that matters.
Oh yeah.
But like it's just like they're all so good, and I think they all definitely deserve like the break off of like not being signed to like a major.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they get their own like go at stuff. And then okay, so like Trish Adora, perfect person to have like with her in the ring. So.
Absolutely.
Like legit.
Trish is awesome.
That match was awesome, dude.
Trish is such a great wrestler, and sky's the limit for her too. It's a perfect combination, two wrestlers, and Trish can be a powerhouse, and so can Amikura. It worked out.
The styles just
beautifully,
perfectly.
Yeah.
And then also like I think like legit like you said, I think I seen Rena like the most out of anyone there. Like she ran around I mean, we've seen her before the show,
Yeah.
She was working.
basically. And then we've seen her. She passed me by like at least 8 times.
She could have
And, like,
just. She probably could have just
didn't work.
had her match and then sat in the back with her mom or something. I mean, nobody
Oh,
probably would have
yeah.
blamed her for doing that. And she was out there, probably the most active second for the whole
She's
show.
also like, is she the least experienced out of everybody?
Maybe.
In terms
Maybe-
of like
yeah.
the
The
in
Japanese,
ring or like
the Japanese
debuting.
talent. The only one like I
She's-
can think of would maybe be Ume.
Masaki
She's
or
Rina's a 5 year. She's been around for like
Yeah.
5 years or something.
Yeah.
Ume is in 4th, so
Yeah.
she's probably one of them. Unagi also at 4.
Yeah,
But
Ume
she
just
started
has
very
the,
late in her
yeah.
career.
Yeah,
Yep.
Ume just has the champion advantage. She didn't have the. Did she have the belt? I don't remember.
I don't think
Ume?
so.
Yeah, she didn't have the belt, huh?
Ami didn't have the belt, but she had a little printout of the belt saying sorry.
I mean, Umasaki is like the gem of Diana, so like
Yeah.
you know how that goes.
She's great.
But yeah, great stuff. Rena definitely like the MVP of the whole show. Like if you were there to see it, you would know that she was definitely like not just a worker there. She was like a hand in every single way she could be.
Yep.
We can push it to Sandra Moon versus Jordan Blade. Jordan Blade, I had no like knowledge of really. I'm not gonna lie.
I've seen her
Sandra
on the
Moon,
East Coast.
yeah.
One of the
And
few people I was actually familiar with.
I wasn't at all. I was like,
stoked for this one, yeah.
And then Sandra Moon's been around. I think if you haven't watched any California indies, maybe, or maybe some East Coast stuff, I don't know. But and she's also, I don't know if she had a Marvelous one, right?
She won that tryout to go train at the Marvelous Dojo.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool to see. I think I had no problems with this match at all. It was pretty good. And then like the finish, like it made me feel like good because this is like, yeah, like the crowd is playing into Jordan Blade and stuff. So like, again, no problems with this match. Really fun. Yeah, none really.
Yep.
And then we can move on to the next match, and yeah, probably the best entrance of the show. Magenta.
Only because they didn't play Rena's theme loud enough.
Oh yeah.
Now this one ruled. Well,
Magenta come in and wow.
they owned the arena. The Kitsune Hall. The second they stepped in, it was really awesome.
I think all of us are like really big fans of them. Separately and probably together also. So them, I don't know, like I think Sonoda maybe have had the chance to see them. You haven't seen them though, right? In live?
I had the chance. I didn't get to go
Yeah.
to the San Francisco show.
So like seeing them like live is just a whole different experience.
I'd seen them separately over in Japan.
Yeah,
the team entrance is awesome.
Yeah, and like they've done California for a bit with West Coast and the Queen of the Indies and all that, but it's just like wow, like they got their chance and they fucking killed it. Like I like my stock for them has gone up like
Stonks.
Yeah, like stonks have gone up for them, and I liked them a lot before,
Yeah.
Like I think Rico is like probably one of the like best singles and tag wrestlers probably like in Japan right now.
Yeah, like we talked about it like not too long ago. We're like, Maria's the star, but Rico is literally right behind her.
Yeah, and like Maria has it because she's been at Marvelous from like trainee days to now and all that, and then Rico was a Actwres girl, and then was with T Hearts, then went to now she's with Marvelous and stuff. So she's had her like little journey, but like seeing them together and like and like they were, I don't want to say they were feuding before, but they had their matches against each other, and very competitive them too. And now they're together, and it's just like this is like a great fit. Like why didn't people maybe dream tag this more before? Like they're like so good together, and like the energy they have is just like.
Oh yeah, that whole room was on their feet.
Yeah.
There was nobody was sitting down during that entrance.
Like I don't know how they aren't like sisters or something. Like they're amazing. And like I'm pretty sure like we've all watched Rico and her wrestle and Maria wrestle on on shows, and if they're like if we've watched a big show, they're mostly on it, like Wave to Marvelous to Sendai, they're usually on it. Like I just watched Rico on Sendai the other day. Like it's like we've seen them enough, but maybe not enough, because like they are just so good.
They're not booked as often, but Rico has been improving all year.
Yep.
Yeah, like I remember her just like losing in DDT in like 6 minutes to like Saki Akai or something. It's just like no. Now she's just.
Even Saki Akai was doing that too. She was losing in 6 minutes when she first started.
Yeah, I think they're stars. And then like I love talking about them, but like Chikayo, it's also there, and it's like I don't think anyone else is gonna like experience something like that. Like insane. And she's really great. I thought she was really great. Like I've watched like her and Seedling and her do stuff in like Wave and like Marvelous. Like of course she's all over Marvelous shows, but it's just like actually seeing her and how like the style of like the veterans do it, she gave no fucks in this match. And it's like,
oh yeah,
like we got the experience that we probably the Marvelous crowd gets. Like that's what we got, like the perfect like matchup.
And it was funny too when Magenta's music hit and everybody was standing up. My friend was like, "Wait, what's going on?" I was like, "No questions, just stand."
Oh yeah, we were just like, "Yep, get ready." It'd be fucking insane. And yeah, like I can't praise them enough. And the match was just like really solid. They were like babyface. Them just baby facing Magenta just for the comeback is just like 101. Like it's really great.
Mm-hmm. The Maria hot tag.
Yeah, they're just awesome, dude. Like I can't praise them enough. They're really great. Holy shit! Totally forgot about this. So after that match, insane stuff. Again, probably another top match on the show. We had Nicole Savoy and then versus Hibiscus Me, which we're like, okay, yeah, this is on the card. We get to see Hibiscus Me and Nicole Savoy. And they had probably one of like the perfect match they could have. Like it's just a great like break comedy, like break in the show instead of just the action we had. Yeah, like it was just, and then like the interaction they had outside the ring.
Yep.
Dude, Hibiscus came fitted out.
Kyoko with the fucking chancla, the chocolate chance. Like I love that.
That was not anywhere near my bingo card for that show. But I'm glad it was there.
Yeah, it was just super fun. Like that again. By the time we got to this match, we're like, okay, this show has just been like hitter, like it's just really fun. Like the energy is just really lively. Yep. Everyone looks like they're having fun and shit.
Yeah, I could see how like some of it wouldn't translate to people watching via stream, but it was definitely a show that was meant more for the people in the venue, and matches like this absolutely, were fun.
Yeah, like I've thought about like going back and watching the show again, but I'm like, I don't want to taint my experience.
Yeah,
I was there. That's enough.
Yeah, I can see the issue if there's like audio and production things. Like you don't get to see what we seen, and it's like we see Kyoko walk up and it's like she has the fucking chocolate and it's like,
and that was on our side too.
Yeah, it's like we're watching from the angle that it's oh my god, it's like perfect. But like that goes for like the whole show. It's like there's always a different experience when you're there, and then there's always people crying about like not getting to see their favorites or not going, and like, man, just go. Like, stop, stop debating. It's just like, and like, we were there to support the people we like and stuff, and go see like people that we know maybe won't come back for a good while, and like the first timers, like I'm pretty sure Umasaki was definitely
Yeah,
the first
I was
timer,
just about
right?
to mention her. I was like, yeah, when's the next time we're gonna see her in the US?
Yeah,
And like Tay,
and
like,
they
like
they
people
really
like that.
appreciate the support from fans overseas. They really like. I think that it always surprises them. So just show up and scream their name when they're in the ring.
Yeah, it's just like that's the least you could do, and then the rest is like buying the merch, doing photos and all that. It's like that's what we're here for. Like, we're just to support the people, like they don't have companies behind them. They don't have like a contract anywhere that's like like set in stone that they're gonna make a salary or something. Like, we are giving them money because we know that they have a job, they have bills to pay, and like it's like any like athlete, like like if we want to support them and like show that we care. Like, we're just fans of them,
Yeah,
If
it's
they're
always
good,
great
if they're
too
great,
to
they're
see.
gonna have fans,
And it's always great too because you can see like their faces when the crowds, because they're not used to it. Like it excites them hearing the crowds. Sorry about that, Germany.
Yep. No, people always say like, "Oh, I want to support a wrestler. I want to buy merch. I want to, how do I do this?" And this is a very easy way to do it. Get to the show and do that. Buy your merch. Buy a shirt. Buy a keychain. Buy a portrait. Or they'll run out before you get there. But you'll still get a selfie, and you'll
Even if you can't, become Jeff.
Yep.
Fucking
Jeff.
And then here's somebody that sold out of all her shit. Risa Sarah, Billy Starks. And again, another hitter. Risa Sarah just pulling out all her stops.
Greatest hits.
She's so awesome. Like, she didn't bring the robe, sadly, but she bring her energy, and that's all that really mattered.
She bring the robe. She didn't have her sword.
She's the person who you think like I feel like I've watched her a lot, like the past 2
Probably
years.
one of the coolest people I've ever seen in person.
She is literally like final boss. And then like Billy, I mean, people don't know who Billy Starks is at this point. Like, it's just you're not watching.
Literally living under a rock. She's literally wrestled a who's who of Joshi wrestling at this point.
Yep.
Who's she? Is she wrestling? Who's she wrestling really soon? She's like wrestled the Joshi, like who's who of like the past year, and like
she
the
hasn't
past 2
got
years.
to Miyu yet, has she?
Yamashita? No, she has. I think so.
Yes,
and I think they're doing a rematch also.
Yeah, I know she did. She did. Obviously, she did Utami. She's done
Yuka.
She's got Unagi coming up in I think in Brooklyn.
Remember that match where she did the swanton in at Tokyo Joshi
at
the floor? I forgot what match that was.
That was the title match, wasn't it?
No. Oh, maybe. I need to look that up.
Oh no, was it the tag match?
Yeah, it was like a tag match.
It was the tag match. Who's going
crazy?
Was
Jabroni there? Weren't you there?
The one, maybe?
Was that wrestling?
was it Grand Princess?
Yeah,
it might have been Grand Princess.
All I remember about that show was going, it's so far away from me.
I'm in like that show was
yeah, Grand Princess. It was Mei and Saki-sama versus her and Kamifuku.
Yep. The Midwest All Stars of Yuki Kamifuku and Billy Starks.
Ohio's own.
Ohio and Kentucky. Let's go.
Yeah, she's been running around like an animal for like the past 2 years, 3 years. I feel like
she's like on almost every show I go to, including in Japan.
She's just a great worker, yeah. And
Deserves it.
She's barely like 18.
Yeah. It's still a trip to see her on TV too. So it's
Yeah.
like because you see her like it feels like you see her every other week.
Yeah, and like she's on ROH doing stuff, and I
She's
forgot
great.
what. Remember my main thing is they announced her like she's from like Kentucky or something. Like they said something. Like, ain't she
Yeah.
from Indiana? I know my Indiana wrestlers, and she's definitely from Indiana.
I think she's built from Kentucky. Let me
Yep.
double check.
By way of
But
the
I think
stars.
it says she's her birthplace is New Albany, so. And I know I'm pretty sure her mouse is based in Indiana or something. So I was like, oh, that Indiana, but I don't know. But yeah, like she's. If you don't know who she is by now,
Get a clue.
it's like if
Yeah.
you don't know her, like her, Nick Wayne, like Jordan Oliver, those type of like wrestlers, like you're not watching the Indies, or like any like minor
Come to
TV.
the boat.
Yep. Go to the boat. Go find it. Speaking of the boat, Reese is also going to be there.
It's gonna be at the boat.
Is
Nick
she on
gave
for that whole
invitation.
weekend, Jabroni? Or what?
Yeah, she's well. She announced that she said she's gonna be at both shows, but GCW has announced her for the 31st. I don't think she'll be at JCW. Usually they just work the GCW shows, and the JCW is like the smaller talent.
Yeah, if there's any money for Reese, they better put on her.
Yeah,
And a match better be good. I wonder who it would be though.
yeah.
She has to bring the fan. For the love of God, someone has to make that shit.
If she doesn't bring the fan, I'll cry. And if she brings the fan, I'll cry. I'm just gonna
Is
cry.
she in the tournament for
Yeah, I think so.
deathmatch tournament? Yeah, she's definitely doing it.
Watch, it's gonna be her and like Rena.
I don't know if
That'd
Rita,
be. I would think
Rita-
she's in it, maybe, right?
Rita didn't come last year, but I don't know because that time is a big time for wrestling in Japan. So for Risa to be here for 2 days at the turn of the new year is really kind of crazy to me. I was like, okay, she'll come like during September or whatever show out in Jersey, but no, she's gonna do the New Year's show, which I did not expect. But even Kasai's gonna be out there, so that's
yeah.
I can see her being booked. I can see her being booked on the Unagi show, which is like on the 7th in January.
Yeah.
But it's like she has time, but like I mean, they have Stardom and Wrestle Kingdom and then TJP. She's definitely not being on TJPW,
No.
but like, so I think she's fine. But like, it's like, maybe this is like her the smarter move for her. I mean, that's who booked
I just
her,
feel like there's just always opportunities for a wrestler to get on a show in early January, late December. So for her to commit to flying overseas is pretty cool, actually. Because I just never expected her to come over. I was like, Brad, make it happen, and it's been years at this
How
point.
long have we been talking about that? Like, come on, Risa Sarah.
Yeah, she's like easily a pick for like that type of stuff.
Exactly. So
hopefully, if this goes well, hopefully she's in TOS.
That'd be fucking insane.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we could
have her kill Yoda.
Why? Don't do that to her.
not that Yoda.
Oh, the other one. The little guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked. That's even more fucked up. Why would you do that to him? Oh my god! Don't do that to my guy. You gotta
take the fan, kid.
Oh no.
He's like shorter than her, probably.
That's his name, right? Yoda. I'm not tripping.
No, I don't think it is. It's like
Yuta. No, not Yuta.
Yeah.
Don't make me look Janai. I gotta look up Janai Kai to like find him. Whatever.
That's exactly what I was doing.
Damn, this is bad audio. Where the fuck is GCW? There it is. It's Janai Kai and
Yoya.
I was close.
Yeah. I see
Yokai.
How come I can't remember? I can't remember goddamn things. Too much.
I was close.
Too much spooky dust at the GCW shows.
Wait, I wanted to look up his height.
6'4" now.
5'3". That's insane.
5'3". Oh,
It's
no.
Risa.
5'4".
No way.
Probably
5'6". That's based. She is tall.
She's as tall as me, with 2 eyes.
short people problems. All right, we can move on to the next match, which is very, very exciting person to see again. Haruka Umasaki versus Brooke Havoc. Of course, Umasaki's not losing. Yeah, it's a pretty simple match. Nothing insane. But Umasaki is just, like one of the most like just cleanest wrestlers. Like there's nothing in her game that's really like
Impossible not to cheer for her.
yeah,
like,
she's
in the
just
ring.
way too infectious.
Yeah.
My friend refused because he liked Brooke Havoc. He didn't do the Ume chant.
Wow.
Hey man, shouts out Brooke Havoc. I think she's cool too, but it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like the gimmick, the image. She's cool. Just
He heard the
and it was
emo
like a
queen
perfect-
and he was hooked.
Yeah. That was a perfect combination of like styles and just like visual styles. You got this like idol wrestler and emo queen. It was fun pairing, and it was a fun match.
Yeah, I've rated Brooke Havoc since I was watching Dark. I was like religiously watching Dark too, and so it's like I think she's like pretty good. Like I don't understand like where she's at in her like career or something. I think she's like doing like of course just like indies. She's done Spark, I'm pretty sure. She did like ROH like once or twice. Or like Elevation. But I mean Elevation's dead. Or like Dark is dead, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Dark is dead as a whole. Now it's just
No,
ROH.
Yeah, like I would love to see her more on like big shows. Like she's done Prestige once, GCW like once. Like it's just like where are we at with her, you know? I think she's done like Hood Slam the most. Maybe that's like her home. I don't know, but like it's like I would love to see her more. Like I think she's really great. But yeah, like Umasaki, she's just the gem. And it's like insane that they even see her. like
Yep.
like I would like friends of the show, Sammy, like I like Sammy's like a really big fan, and I was like, hey man, she is everything you see on the screen. Like she's just that person, you know? Like she's just
Yep.
like I'm pretty sure a lot of us have seen her from like day one because like she's not like super adventurous. She's been around for like 4 years or so.
You bet
So
your
she
ass. I've been watching Surrey kick her ass for years.
She's like, I think she was like what, I don't know, like 19 or 18 too or something like that. So it's like I've kind of seen her growing up and like from Actwres to
She
Ice
has
Ribbon.
2 jobs.
Doing set. I mean, she's done the promotions we all know, like in Japan. So it's like
She's even in promotional stuff for Stardom, and she's not even signed.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know like what her like how she's moving, but like I mean she's doing it the right way, you know. Like she's on like every show you watch. She's like on promotions everywhere. On like and like again the Stardom promotional stuff. She does the big matches that people usually are like kind of scared to do.
She has an evil doppelganger.
She's a weird gimmick somewhere. She's a top champion. She's been tag champions. She has Miyuki tag team, which is like the coolest shit. Yeah, but like
has she had a defense yet?
You're gonna make me look that up. I think she had a match with like.
I know she did like Gombro and stuff like that. Like I remember she wrestled Kirada.
She beat Kakuru on damn, that was like 3 months ago. But yeah. That's about it.
Yeah.
And Ume's not even near her ceiling yet, too. That's the crazy part.
I mean, to be real though, like half the champions have like 3 defensive. To be honest, though, like it's like Sato had 3. Nozaki only had like 96 days with it. It was vacant. Inoue had 4 matches. It's like like usually they don't defend as much, but like
even I mean, you could look like Jabroni cover years, but Stardom, Julia's reign wasn't that long either.
Oh, but that was just a decision they had to make. I don't know. That was just their own thing.
Do better.
Yeah, but like, but they, Diana's Diana, so it's like they have their little shows and like, the Diamastad or whatever it's called,
Oh yeah,
that little place.
the Diana, the Diana dojo.
Yeah, so it's like they have that, and then they have the Korrigans which are usually like pretty packed with like shit, and it's like they know where to put their matches, I guess, and I guess they also know where to put their titles with because she's like the main person you gotta see.
That's the real big goal right there.
Yeah, I always feel like they have a good like pulse on, good finger on the pulse. They know what they're doing. They know what they're. Every time like I watch a show of theirs, whether when it's like in the Posto de Amistad, it's very like I don't know. It feels very like innovative almost. Like they're always trying to put something interesting together, and it's not something that will be on a Korrigan. And then when they're in the Korrigans, they always deliver the Korrigan.
And then the relationship they have like Stardom and stuff.
Yeah,
is like they're doing the right things, they're putting Ida on matches, Ami on matches, like it's like
yep.
Yeah, Lady C come out.
Ami being in Diana just feels right. Always feels right.
She's
She
back
was
home.
she was showing up there back in the day and back before the dissolution of AWG's brands, and now she's there just making appearances, and it feels right. And it's that's part of what makes like Diana so interesting, is that they always seem to be doing the right thing with their small roster and everything. They still keep putting out compelling shows.
It's like Ami never left.
It is. I was saying that's where she should have gone, but I knew she was going to Stardom as soon as
blame Waka.
I'm blaming Waka.
And then remember, also Waka hosted her little show at Post Amistad too, so it's like like they easily have a relationship that's like
it's a
smart,
mutually beneficial one. It's sometimes like when one company is so much bigger than the other, it's almost overshadowing, but this actually feels beneficial, which is nice.
Yeah, we're just like, hey, we gave you wrestlers, you gave us Umasaki for a while, or like it's just like it just makes sense, But yeah, Umasaki, superstar. Like again, she's the cleanest wrestler you can watch on the show. But we get to this tag match, which is insane. Konami and Willow versus Janai Kai and Mercedes Martinez. Insane. That's just an insane thing that would happen. Which wasn't supposed to happen. It was supposed to be, I think, Konami and Masha.
Yep.
And I think Janai and I think Janai was just in a totally different match or something like that. And then Mercedes was also, so like they definitely pulled some
pulled a rabbit out their ass with those.
Yeah. I don't want to say rabbit out the ass, but they definitely were like, all right, we need to make something else happen that would make sense, And this made perfect sense.
Yep.
It's just
great
a fun.
Match.
The energy was great. Konami is a superstar. With all four of these people, that's just an insane lineup of things going on.
Will is one of the few like bright spots of AEW's women's division, like consistently. Never disappoints. And every time I see Janai Kai, I just scream, kicks.
And they announced Diamond Eagle is too.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Oh yeah,
that was cool. Even though that like maybe no one cares, it's pretty cool.
Or nobody. I guarantee you, nobody there watches Glate.
I would hope, but
I watched Glate for Fukuda. And then
yep.
Yeah, you got problems, bro. She be doing.
She just want to hurt people. She
be getting hurt. Getting killed in MMA.
And then scuffed as hell. Getting to hear that Konami thing was crazy. Never thought I'd hear that one.
Oh
live.
My god, yeah. The fucking her Queen's Quest team played, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And when I heard the dun dun dun,
I don't know if that was Grizz, but we're gonna have to talk about that. Yeah,
that was a good call. Whoever did that.
we just needed it in 1080, not in 420.
Yeah.
240. Just like the Joshi theme. Fucking in 240.
This peak line wire quality.
Yeah, like Konami's a superstar. Like, she's a person that what you watch on the screen is what she is. Like, she's amazing. Probably even better. Like, she had a smile on her face the whole time, made me happy. Kyoko just being there also just made me happy.
Yeah,
Like,
you can see like Kyoko watching her. It was like Kyoko was so proud.
Yep.
yeah, her with the shirt, her doing the salute, it was just everything. Just made me happy. But this is this is a really fun match. How do I say this? There's there was like there was no like bad matches on the show. It's just like I can't really go into detail like why I love the matches, but it's just like the energy is just everything to these
Yeah.
matches, and it's just the crowd. Like again, Konami just being there. This is like gonna be her first match, I think, or like her like first time back in a long time. I'm pretty sure she did that New York show, right? So
And she did the Newark show, and then she did Sukebon.
Yep.
yeah,
And
so it's
this.
like they stole that one under Eric, but yeah, she should have been on this first. But yeah,
They stuck a
Sugibon,
couple of
She
people
was
out
booked
every
first. She was
show.
booked first here.
Yep.
yeah, so they could say
She-
that. But yeah, like yeah, the energy is wild, and I'm pretty sure it was either before this or after this. We had Kyoko and Chigusa in the ring.
and their translator. Also, they gave us exactly what we needed with Janai and Konami kicking the shit out of each other.
That's just a Glee match that didn't happen yet.
Yep.
UWF. Yeah, it was.
God no.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy and just a lot of.
Yeah.
Wait, you're a UWF hater? Don't.
I watch them.
Okay.
I watch them.
You're like fucking Alex, like he just doesn't like it and shit.
That's all Fukuda does, so I have to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, that's
I
why
went
you don't
to-
like him. You're watching Fukuda once.
She just goes for head kicks. It's just like she's spamming.
She's an interesting person.
Very.
I enjoyed the UWF rules show I went to in Japan, but I don't know if it's my favorite style.
Did you go to a Glee one or where'd you go to?
Yeah, I went to Glade. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It
He
was
went to Glate and Noah.
yeah.
Big Noah fan, sadjabroni.
It's the only men's wrestling I fucking watch with any kind of regularity, and still it's not regular enough. But yeah.
Hey, they booked Miyuki, so they're
Yeah,
good.
exactly. That was had fun there. Fun shows. If wrestling just fed alive, and I think that
Yeah.
translates here too.
Just go to the fucking
Yeah.
show.
Go to the show.
The live experience is always 100% better than anything.
If you have
you'll
no
ever see on
money, then
TV.
well, watch it somehow. Maybe
Yeah.
then $1 or two.
Again.
Skull and crossbones.
But yeah, pretty emotional. Like I forgot when the intermission happened, but it was pretty emotional.
What was
She
that
got-
this one, right?
Kyoko got everybody in that room.
Yep.
Yeah, I couldn't speak. Almost. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, that's you're hitting me. I was happy, and then I'm just like, oh god. Now I'm like,
not Hana, no.
now you're making me rethink my life again.
Yep. That's like part of what made the show really special was that you had the presence of people like Chigusa and Kyoko
Yeah.
just there.
And
And-
Kyoko was like all just praising the shit out of no, Chigusa was praising the hell out of Kyoko.
Yep. It was a beautiful moment.
Yeah, that's what we love to see. You know, it's
Yeah.
like stuff like that, and this is like,
Yeah, it got me because I started thinking like I can't even imagine what Kyoko's been through.
yeah, and then like being here to see like a love letter to like her daughter, and like
Yep.
a love letter to like
Yeah, and also they had the
People
fundraiser too
in
for
her life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
you know,
Beautiful
people were there
moment.
for her too. It's like,
Yeah,
like
she
she
was
wasn't
definitely-
wrestling, but she's like there, and like people are treating her like she's a wrestler and like
Yep.
a
So
talent.
People were chanting
like a
for her
super talent.
too, and it was
Mhm.
it was really nice to see.
Charles got to meet
Yeah.
his goat.
On the bouquet thing was nice too. Like every wrestler
was
basically
beautiful.
had one. Especially Tay. Tay was like, "Look at this shit."
Oh, she was
I was
waving
like-
that thing around.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, we can jump into that match now. For the Kitsune World Title.
Rigged.
Bias
to crown the
showing,
first-
Eric.
The crown the first champ, we had Unagi Sayaka versus Dark Sheik versus Tei Hanma. So we can have our little Taihama spill. So I could tell Taihama. There's some Taihama fans in the building, but
Yep.
she's like the less prominent person
Out of the
in the
three in
match.
the match, I think that she had maybe the least vocal supporters. Okay, well,
I mean, we got her entrance in though. That's what.
Oh yeah,
it was pretty good.
she had a decent amount of streamers, and people were definitely cheering for her.
I can legit say she is my favorite person from the show, just because of like
Yes.
I already had like my love for her, but it's just like, and I've watched her for way too long, and like just seeing her live and how like she did not break a smile once, just way too infectious.
Yep.
Great person to meet, very nice person. In the ring, she's still probably like legit like one of my favorites. Like she has a lot of styles, and like she is just so technically sound. Like it's just insane.
Love my techniquers.
She has like all the techers. She's just, I mean, out of like all the Actwres people that had to leave or left, she's one of the people like I've wanted like a good prominent push for her somewhere, or like I don't want her to sign somewhere, but I would love to see more praise for her, and like
I was hoping like maybe she would have won the ice ribbon belt or something when they were in that one rebuilding period after prominence left, but it didn't seem like she wanted to commit to them, and she hasn't actually wrestled for them all this year. So it's I'd love to see her find a place, and maybe Diana's that place because that's where she seems to be kind of home basing right now. But still, she's still a freelancer, and it's Umasaki's time. So it's hard as a freelancer to be a champion, and unless you're like Unagi or someone who
star power up the
you got the star power. It's hard, but she's one of the hardest working people in wrestling and has been for a long time. And I mean, Actwres would be nothing without her. Without her and Poi and all.
Busy. She also does a lot of other stuff.
She's also like a legit actress.
Yeah.
And then like you said, like when I remember that tournament and they were doing like the little rebuild where they redid the logo. They were in Corkin for that tournament, and they had what was it? It was Tay and
the Lob.
Who was it? It was Tay
and Ano.
Tay, Ano, Mashiro, and Ibuki, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she lobbed it up for Mashiro.
I can tell my story because I legit was like, I was like out, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going home and watching Ice Ribbon, and then fucking Sonoda was also watching, and I'm just like, are you watching this? And I remember that show so fondly, just because like the whole Tay and like Ano thing, and then like I think was it Tay that was like telling Mashiro like the secrets or something. It was something, I forgot what it was. But yeah, like I just remember that show so fondly, and like four of like probably my favorite wrestlers at that time, like during that little rebuild, I was just like,
that was a special time.
Yeah, they can go with like any four, and I would be very happy because these four rule. But of course they gave it to Ano because Ano was, probably the very top person in that show. So it made sense. But like Mashiro getting that chance, Tay also being like getting a showing in there, and like it's just I remember that so fondly. And then like I mean she hasn't wrestled there since. kind of.
And then when Ano won and Tsukasa and them were in the skybox booing her.
Oh my god, I do remember that. Yeah, that was a fun time. But yeah, more Tay, please, like somewhere, please. Yeah. Like I'm watching Gonpro to her too, and like stuff like that she's doing. I've watched fucking phone live streams just for her, so it's like where we at,
Yeah, also Sukebon, I fucking screen shared TikTok to my TV for you, okay? I don't know what your shit.
Yeah, like I was surprised she wasn't like on Sukebon, because it's like that's kind of her like thing, right? You would think, but it's like
she's not. Like it would be her forte.
Yeah.
it
100%.
had every like the who's who of the independent scene in Japan except for Tai Honma. I think that's like what it was the whole
Yeah,
show.
it's like
We need-
she's like Actwres. She will probably look
She was
great with any look.
Yeah, I mean she was
Great wrestler.
She was in the role that Marino's in now in Actwres.
Hmm.
And then she's actually doing not acting, but Count 2.9 now. So she's yeah. I
And
mean,
is that like the first interaction she's had like
Yeah.
post
Yeah.
Actwres, like kind of with them?
Yep.
And that counts to me. That counts, right? Or are we like
yeah,
not counting that
it is an Actwres production.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing, only actress has done outside of Actress is the BJJ show.
Yep.
You know what? I don't want to throw in the universe, but and we're not on our Actwres point yet. But like, I would love her to go back. Maybe that would be insane. Her and Miku having a feud would probably light the world on fire. That would light the world on fire. But she probably wouldn't be able to do like all her other stuff. So
yeah, it's hard. It's
Who
like
knows?
that's literally like that's it. That you're committed to just that, and that's the reason why a lot of them left is they didn't want to just be tied down just to Actress girls. As much as they loved it, I know it was hard for Ami because that's basically where she was raised there.
Yep.
Yeah, there's the company. Oh, we'll talk about it maybe later.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of things that go on, and it's just like, and again, like if you remember when like Himawari was like there for a day, and we were like, yeah, I like this, but it's not what I envision. And then she's like, I'm gonna just go wrestle.
Yeah, there was a few people that like were not necessarily one and done, but like had their cup of coffee and they're like, yeah, this ain't for me.
Yeah, it was Nishida and Kuda, right? So that was really it.
Kisaki. She didn't even have a
Saki
match.
never actually wrestled, and she had a lot going on in her life. So
Yeah,
she has like a million jobs. So
yeah, and I think that she had an opportunity to actually train for legit MMA. And also she got her motorcycle license and decided to travel the country. So yeah, one of those. Yeah. But but mostly everyone else has stayed around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll probably get more into it.
Yeah, we get more into it. Actually, I'm gonna be right back. Sorry.
Hey, this is Goku. You're not gonna believe the next episode of and I promise it'll be better than any wrestling match you've ever seen. From the weirdest tag team to that lame martial arts champion of the world, you're in for the wildest half hour of fighting ever. Plus, we still have Cell to deal with. Next time on
So far on my draft, I got Miku, Momo, and Sire.
that's it. That's the faction.
Well, I think I have 3 more picks. So
Yeah, they can beat anybody.
Eyes on my third round pick.
You put Queen's Quest back together.
Me with Miku.
You fixed it.
I think the most surprising one they took is they took like an Actwres girl like really early, and it's like very niche.
Koki?
It was like a niche one. No, it wasn't.
Was it Asako?
It was. It was. I don't know if Void. I don't know if you know.
Yeah,
who that
Void
is.
of Opinions.
Yeah, he picked him. He has Dash Chisako and Asako Miya. That's fucked up.
What a fuck, dude.
Scott has Risa Sarah, Mei Sarah, and Mayu Itani.
Of course he would have Mayu.
Some weird picks.
Nobody picked. Did anybody pick Suzu?
Oh, I think someone definitely did. I marked it off already.
You guys gotta do these drafts and then like put them in Fire Pro and see who wins. Set up a bracket.
I forgot who does that.
Yeah, there's a guy that does like tournaments. There's like a dude on Twitter that
it's pretty funny actually.
Gets like people just like pick a wrestler and he throws them in there.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching one. It was it's not Wrestle Kingdom. What's the other one? What's the All Japan Noah one?
Fuck.
And there's Keiji Muto is just beating the shit out.
Wrestle Coliseum.
Yeah, and then Keiji Muto is just whooping someone's ass.
Funny. What are those engines like? Looks like dog shit,
Yeah.
and it is dog shit, but it's like
Now it's that Wrestle Coliseum. That one's hard, dude. I don't know what the fuck to play it.
I think everything's cool in that game. Is like the playing.
Yeah.
It's like
You're playing its ass.
it's like 2K. It's like it's cool to look at, but it's like
Like I can play Wrestle Kingdom's easy to play.
and it looks good, and it's like I mean, we know that. Well, I knew the controls since I was a kid, so it's like that easy for me.
Yeah, it's literally just SVR.
Well, it's Day Reckoning.
Yeah, and then what's the other one? Wrestle Kingdom 2. I can't beat fucking Tajiri. I keep trying to beat him with
he's OP. Yeah, he's OP as hell. Like, I legit did a match with him, and I'm like, dude, I'm running through these fuckers like nothing.
Yeah, I couldn't beat him. Like I've been trying and trying. I can't get to him.
I'll look at my ISOs real quick.
I just pick Shibata and PK everybody in the first one. I
have like every wrestling game on my thing.
I've been trying to get a ROM for the 360 version, but I can't find it.
No, it probably doesn't even run good anyway, bro.
Yeah,
like you're using Xenia or something, or like
I think I have it on my actual hacked box.
Yeah, I couldn't find the ISO for the 360 version.
I couldn't find like a Wrestle Kingdom one for a long time, or like King of Coliseum. Like, I couldn't find a lot of those until I like ran into like weird sites, and I'm like, I'm probably catching a virus, but fuck it.
Yeah, I still need to get the English patch for what the fuck is the 64 one?
Why am I forgetting? I have it. I was about to say Fire Pro World, but it's not Fire Pro World.
No.
I got it. Hold on.
I have that too. I have
Virtual Pro too.
Yeah, Virtual Pro. Yeah, I don't have the English translation for it.
Yeah, I have both regular Japanese ones.
I'm winging it. I'm just picking Stan Hansen.
Yeah, I don't play those as much. I love playing. I played NWO Revenge with my brother not too long ago. It's still fucking fun. But
yeah, I love that one. I always boot that one up when I play Man 64. And some like the English save games you download like have like really shitty creative wrestlers.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, here's like CM Punk and just no.
It's like every save game.
This is the White Godfather.
Every game facts save game is just like something shit.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, the translations are all like appreciated, but then like they replaced like some people with CM Punk and John Cena. Like, I don't need this. This game's from like 1999, bro. I don't need this. Cena wasn't around.
We need John Cena versus Stan Hansen.
We do, but
every once in a while I boot up WCW just to hit a screwdriver.
The buzzer has sounded, and the time for waiting has come to a close. So don't you dare miss the next exciting episode. Next time on
Spanish.
Oh yeah, so Unagi, Sheik, again, I mean, we were like we knew Unagi was like written on the wall to like be the first champ. We had no like really know, but we were like, yeah, we see
I was holding the outside hope it would be Tai, but we knew.
Yeah. Sheik was great though. I've seen her
always solid, no matter where you put her.
Yeah, and she can heckle.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. She's a multi-talented wrestler and do pretty much anything. And she promotes too. And I feel like her presence on the show definitely elevated it, and definitely probably, I don't know if she actually helped Eric in any way, but I think that just her presence created an order in what may have been a chaotic moment for the the early moments of the show. Yeah,
she's definitely probably one of the bigger helps. I would hope that she got her input in. Of course though, Unagi, star of the match. By the end, she like almost didn't hit her finish. Then she hit her finish, and it looked great. Just her pinning Sheik though is just kind of insane too.
Yeah,
it took a couple tries because the first one she didn't quite get it hooked in right. Because Sheik's a little bit taller, so she had to go for it again.
It made it actually feel very convincing. it was very, very cool.
People being tall on that move is like probably the most
Lady
dangerous thing.
Lady
Yeah.
C.
Lady C almost died last time that
Yeah.
she took that, so it's like
And then Ty was on the outside calling Unagi crazy.
it was like, oh yeah, she's like hilarious.
She is.
she's-
That's amazing. Yeah, and Unagi's just a superstar. Just the
Yeah.
look, the presence.
It doesn't matter how you slice it with her.
Yeah, like it's.
She's a loser,
The
but,
fact
you
that
know-
she's
Loser.
freelancing it, like,
she's
it's-
the world's loser. We love
You
her.
remember, remember
Yeah.
not when she first started freelancing too. She was nervous. She thought she wasn't gonna have fans. She thought people were gonna abandon her because she wasn't.
She sold
starting
out her
anymore.
table like first day. Like,
That
she
line
had a
was
show.
crazy.
She had she literally would take like post match, like post show pictures and be like, "Hey, yeah, I ran out already."
She has
Yeah.
her insanely dedicated fans. In Japan, you just realize, okay, these are the Unagi fans. Like, they are so dedicated, and they just love her, and yeah, she
Idol's
deserves
that
it.
idol
She's
culture,
awesome.
man.
Yeah, it's way more than that. It is way more than that.
Yeah,
It is-
I
it's very
try
cool.
to pinpoint where I don't know how that happened. Maybe just because she's like one
She's
of
the entertainer, dude. She's like,
she was like
Yeah.
one of the maybe stardom people that were getting pushed, and then I don't know where she's like I don't know what that situation still is, but like she had
it'd
to
be the
go.
same thing for Mina. If Mina
Yeah.
had left, she'd be
Oh, yeah.
a fucking megastar
Eh,
outside of stardom.
It's like if like any people like Momo or like a Suzuki left again and went freelance, it'd be like I think the same thing would happen maybe, but like way
Yeah.
more major.
Yeah,
like
they have dedicated fans, but
Yep.
Unagi's on a different level.
Yeah,
Also, I do want to call shenanigans because Stefan was a special advisor.
it's
I
true.
didn't see him all night, man. I think he was like off the juice or something. Like I
He
didn't.
was, out the,
Yeah.
he was probably
Was
at the
he-
table.
Yeah, I
That's
was like,
probably why
was
they
he
were
there?
delayed for 2
He
hours.
probably was on the table. I didn't see him once.
He's probably with Eric.
He's supposed to sign my fucking my shit.
Yeah, I
didn't
bought
see
the
him.
meet and greet with him. What the?
We're fucking $100 for fucking Stefan. Where the fuck he at?
Eric.
We should for ransom.
My God. Yeah, but like, man, like really fun end of the show.
Yeah.
Again, like I will reiterate, Ty is funny as hell. She's great person. Great.
Mhm.
There's like a great energy she had. Like even with like Sheik and Unagi, like it just made sense. She didn't look out of
Mhm.
place at all. She did disappear for like half the match, and then Unagi won, but that's not a problem.
Yeah.
She didn't eat the pin.
She was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm not fucking losing." That's all I cared about. She didn't take a pin. We're fine.
She got to see 2 baseball stadiums, so on this trip. So
Baseball's
was-
the only thing that mattered to her
Exactly.
that weekend.
If only the Dodgers would have made it, she could have watched the game.
She got a fucking hat with her name on it. I don't know where it's at, but she got it.
Yep.
Uh,
She went to Yankee Stadium
she went to
on the trip.
she went to Anaheim, right? She went to Anaheim.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went to the Angel
Yeah.
Stadium.
Too. That's all that mattered that weekend.
She literally went to New York just to go to the Yankee Stadium.
Exactly.
That's the only reason she went.
She
Not
just
the-
went to see Yankee Stadium, not for the Lion King or anything.
Not for a
She's like,
game.
No,
Like, fuck
not
the
for
Mets.
a game, just to be like, I'm in that country. I'm
said,
gonna
"Fuck-"
fly across it and go look at the Yankee Stadium.
Was the World Series on, or was that the semis, or what
It was
on at that time?
the DS.
World Series was still
No,
happening.
it was the CS, the Championship Series. No, wait.
She said, "Fuck watching that. I'm going over to the Yankee Stadium."
No, yeah, we were playing the Diamondbacks,
Yeah, we
weren't
won.
we?
Yeah, we were watching it. Yeah,
Yep.
for like
I think
5
that,
minutes.
that series ended.
Yeah, we
when,
won the day
when that
before.
shit over there.
We didn't win. We didn't win on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, great. Like really, like cool end of the show. We stuck around for a good bit. Trying
Oh,
to
yeah, we
figure
were there
out
for a hot
something.
minute.
Yeah,
Yep.
trying to figure out things, and also met other people.
Yeah.
And
We were talking
Really
to Eric
fun.
for a little bit.
Just go chatting with people and
Yeah.
also bought a lot of merch. So
yeah, I talked with Chris and Art, and we're talking to Charles again. Yeah, just really cool energy, man. Like again, if I could have like 3 days of that
yeah.
in the one weekend, I'd love it. But we had like one day where it was just 10 hours of fucking craziness.
It was a good day. It was long as hell, but it was good.
It was a lot of fun, and just the merch and like you see the appreciation after the show, the wrestlers. It it's unlike any other independent wrestling show you go to. You know, GCW is the same thing. Where like the local talent, they have a few people, the diehards, and then the Joshi talent, Ito, Yamashita. They're always the longest line by far, and this is where everyone was the longest line. Where like Sarah sold out of her portraits and stuff so fast, and she was selling selfies with her for like $30, and she still had the longest line. It was really, really cool just to see like people really appreciate that. And Mia Coco was there later than anyone.
Dude, Jesus Christ, she had so much, like she had so much on her table, but she also had a good line for a long time.
Yeah, she sold something. She sold a lot of things, and
I do wish I brought more money.
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, like, I didn't get to like half the people for. So.
Yeah. It was, and they were charging $30, $20 for things. It was more than they do in Japan, and with the exchange for the yen, I mean they made a lot of money over
here. I don't blame them at all. Like I don't give a fuck. Like
Risa's line was out the door when we got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the lines, we were like, who is who for the lines, and then we're like, oh yeah, like Tai is like has 2 people, Risa has like 20, and then Umasaki has like a good 4 or 2, and we're like, yeah, we could definitely make some time here.
Because me and Jabroni were trying to find Eric, and you and Alan were in Risa's line, so we kept looking back and forth to make sure it didn't move.
Oh no, yeah, Risa was just like selfie and go. We were like. Like she was super nice and everything, but it was like she has nothing in her table anymore.
I had her sign the hat. We had to borrow. I mean,
oh yeah,
because I had mine. I had mine. I didn't bring them like an idiot. I was like, I'm not gonna need it.
Those are Amin's markers.
So technically, Amin signed it too.
I was showing them the last time I saw them in the same room together. Amin was all bloody on a ladder fighting Sarah.
The greatest match of all time.
I think I took both of your pictures with her, right?
Me, and us.
Risa?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You took every picture, I think.
Yeah. My phone was on live support.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pull out my phone.
My phone was on live support. Also, I had the little Polaroid for Konami to sign. I was over there trying to open it all nice. She fucking ripped it open. I was like, oh shit.
Like, give me this shit, man.
Yeah, that's exactly what she did. So I'll do it. I was like, oh, okay.
She's like, stop trying to sell it online, all right?
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna sell a rose for fucking $3,000. She liked my nose ring though. That was tight.
Umasaki was like, I like your necklace. She's like, Playboy necklace. I'm like, oh yeah. She knows.
She's tainted.
I told Sammy, I was like, I'll give the chain to her next time, maybe. Yeah, like cool. Like I met Risa, Tay, Umasaki, and we met Magenta, or we had a picture of Magenta. Everyone was super nice. Yeah, it was just insane.
Maria.
Hey man, we should have switched spots. I don't.
Hey, it literally did not click until after the picture.
I know.
I just kind of we just kind of lined up.
I didn't know the hand signal either.
I just kind of threw it up.
Yeah, it was super cool.
It was fun.
Yeah,
we were like sitting there like because everybody was waiting for Rico to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to be disrespectful to Maria, but we're like, hey, like we want the double.
Yeah, I almost doubled up on Maria, but I was like, I was like, nah, I need to get Konami.
Yeah. Yeah, like again, like everyone was super nice. Again, example, go to your shows if you see people like that, that won't be around for a while. Go to the shows, get merch, do all that stuff. But also, like guys like Hart and all those people are there. They're very nice. Trying to be helpful to us. Like we knew some people that were on the job and stuff, so
yeah,
we're trying to get like input and see
So it's
like
cool to
we know
see
how
them
busy they were.
get that experience of actually working a show.
Yeah. And like we would love for them to get it all together, and there's some great people that are there, trying to put like the photography, the visuals, and like security stuff, and like everything was just like there's some great people there, and I just hope they fix the loose ends, and I think everything would be perfect if we could recreate that energy again. It's gonna be a home run.
Yeah, regardless of like any of the mishaps, it's a learning experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I mean, everyone can learn from the show. Like it's like especially like people like Eric, or like people trying to be promoters, and
I have
like,
no doubt that Eric's gonna figure it out next time. He's gonna run a tighter ship.
Yeah, and I don't want to like diss people, but like that, I forget what that promotion is called. Like I think it's called like Dream. What was it called? Like I see it on my timeline a lot, and like they're just on the timeline asking like people if they're like free on this date, and I'm just like, okay, man, time to email people instead.
This is not how you do this.
And it's like, but it's like I mean, people should be very standard and try to do things different where they should and be unique. But it's like maybe we've had too much of these type of promotions pop up in the last year. It's like maybe I don't know, change it up a bit. I don't know. Like I like Kitsune. I believe in. I think Spark is doing really good stuff. Sukiban is like its own thing. I don't really want to class it in here.
Yeah, Spark was definitely a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
I
think that it might be too similar to Kitsune. It's because they're similar in the way that they bring in local talent, and I think that there's just got to be an identity there, and maybe there's an oversaturation, but I do think there's enough separation where you see like more unique people coming over, because like Spark brought in like Michael Ozaki, which I did not expect to ever come over to the US like by herself.
Cool.
So, and then they almost had all of Renemi, I think, over in the LA show. So just really cool to see that kind of shape up, and over time they'll have their own identity. Maybe right now it's like, okay, it's just a Joshi show where the Joshi wrestle the the American talent, but over time there is identity. Like, and then Spark's 4 shows into their run now. And it's been really fun to watch that grow. And Eric has the potential to do that with Kitsune and turn that into something that has its own identity, and it's I don't know. I think there's potential there for that.
I know there's a lot of fans of that shit. It's just like, go ahead.
No, you're good. My bad. I think he's gonna try to do something for Mania weekend as well. So we'll see how that goes.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah, like I believe in the Joshi stuff. I would love, like DPW. I think did it right when they just stuck stars in matches we loved. Like we'd never see, like Miyu and Miyuki's. Like that's insane. Like
the fact that they even made that happen. That they had to jump through hoops, and it was like a last minute from TJPW to do it.
Stuff like that was like a big jump, and like Utami doing Utami doing ROH was like like I don't want to say massive, but it happened, and like there's a lot of stuff that's like Kiona coming over also was like another thing, was just like
that was like the big one for last year. It was Kiona coming over here and being based over here for a minute.
Yeah, I saw her a bunch of times just in Jersey. It was like, who expected her return after a couple years away would be Boonton, New Jersey's Elk Lodge? Like, really crazy.
She's like 20 minutes from my house over here and shit.
Yeah, really incredible.
We all got to see her.
Yeah, really incredible to see her just do that. And longest line at every show that I went to that she was at.
Yeah,
she's so nice too.
Yeah, she's awesome too. Like it's like stuff like that is like I love it, and like I will go to a show just to support them, and I want them to have money in their pocket. I want them to at least feel some love because to be real, the Joshi thing is very niche. Wrestling is already niche enough, so it's like
we're already in a bubble.
Yeah, and then people think like Joshi fans are like freaks, blah, 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 yeah, whatever the fuck. But like, they don't understand that there's like a difference, and there's also like the way they operate is just totally different, and like they're coming from a whole different country, so it's like I mean, Mexican wrestlers are like, this is like kind of similar, but it's like, I mean, Mexican wrestlers are like a border away. They're like a couple hours. These people are like a flight and a bunch of hours of
17 hours.
Yeah, like it's like that's a lot of like a toll on your body, and it's like Japanese wrestling is totally different. And people don't have the same like timeline as like American wrestlers, and like I don't know. There's a whole bunch of other things that maybe people will never understand and are ignorant to.
And you gotta look at it too. Like sometimes they come here on short notice, overnight, do a match, and then fly back immediately. That's like 30-something hours of flying at that point.
They are busy. They aren't, this is the job to them, and this is like there's some like prestige to it, and over here it's like viewed as like trash, like trailer park trash sometimes, and like it definitely was back then just because of like all that older stuff. Yeah, it's like it's a mud show, all that shit. It's like, but like they have prestige to them, and they take it very serious. And sometimes I think we rub them the wrong way, and they're like, I don't give a fuck about this shit. Like a recent Nakajima, like what the fuck has she done over here? Like really? Like I'm pretty sure she doesn't think it's like all that. And then
she came over here. She didn't like the eggs, and she said never again. Until Sukiban.
It's like people are so ventured and they haven't touched over here at all. It's like there's the reasons. Like they obviously aren't. They don't run the wrong right way. Whatever.
And part of it's kind of the promotions over here. Like look what happened with Venny originally.
Mm-hmm.
She was gonna, she did Wrestle Queerdom, and that was a complete disaster. And she canceled her bookings after that were in the States, and was waiting until somebody who could actually bring her there and not have it be a disaster. And she with GCW earlier this year, and say what you want about GCW and its fans or what, they bring in a lot of really great wrestlers, and I think that if there's an opportunity to see a wrestler you like, even if it's in a promotion you don't like, just go and give them the support, give the rest of the support directly, because you can appreciate them in a way that you can't by just watching them on Stardom World or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Sonoda, I want to call you out because you're definitely one of those people that were like, you went literally to LA to like meet up with like act and stuff. It's like that's what people should like take example of. Like you take your time out for someone who's also taking the time out their life to fly and get somewhere and make some money. You're not making a fortune from this little venture, but it's like you'll be able to meet the fans of, you've watched act for years, so it's like stuff like that.
And like just seeing her in person, and I don't want to peel back the curtain too much. I did get to talk to her a little bit, like a little more casually, not just about wrestling, but just seeing her be a normal person for a little bit, casual clothes,
Yeah, it's like it's
like we were talking about the rest of the Actwres roster too. I got to hear her thoughts about some of them, what she thinks, and obviously first person out everybody's mouth is Kogi.
Not Sakura Mizushima.
I mean, close second.
Okay, good.
She's she's up there. Sakura is a talent that everybody should keep an eye on, just like Naru is. Natsuki, she's up there. Like we all know.
I think Act should have spit in your face with that. with the
Bud Light.
Yeah. Whatever alcohol she was drinking in that venue, I don't know which one.
The fucking Bud Light she had.
Yeah, but yeah, again, really the main takeaway is go enjoy shows. Don't believe what fucking people are saying on Twitter and fucking cage match. Fuck you, cage match. I would just say that. Fuck you. Fuck the inmates. You guys don't know shit.
Is that what they're called?
The inmates. Yeah.
Just
That's fucked
just
up.
go to the
I
show.
thought that was a joke too, but that's what they're called.
That's fucked up, but it's true.
Yeah, but like legit, don't believe what fucking people say. Don't believe in like fucking these weird little write-ups people do, and like believe. Just be, if you're there and you just know, you just know. It's just this how it is. But yeah, any closing thoughts on Kitsune or anything really?
Go get them next time, Eric.
Yeah, it was a great show despite all the the uncertainty and the chaos and whatnot of just running a first show, running an initial show. There's always going to be growing pains, and there's always going to be something, and learning experience, and on to the next one, right?
Sure.
It was a fun show, fun experience, and like I feel like even if there wasn't a single wrestling match, and like it was just a meet and greet, like that's enough just to really support the wrestlers. And he brought such a great combination of talent that I feel like is kind of unique. I mean, Nagashima is a really cool get that I didn't expect, and I think that if he runs something WrestleMania weekend, he's going to bring another unique set of wrestlers over.
Yeah, and not to mention too, like let's not forget, people flew in for this show. It wasn't just people from California, the West Coast, like you guys, Midwest, East Coast.
Yeah,
people were flying in for all over.
Yeah, it's like, again, it's like if you have the money, you have the time, you have the days, I mean, do it,
Yeah,
and like, I mean, like we've all met on social media, and we're like, I knew you guys were cool and stuff, but like being in the same room, and it's like not like there's no like qualms. We're like, yeah, we met, and as much as it is online, and it's not no weirdness, no nothing.
We had a beer, and then when we left,
we had drinks of fucking, what was it? Why am I soju? Yeah, it's like nothing. It's like we never just talked on it. It's like same shit.
Yeah.
It's like
we've known each other for 2 years.
And we basically have for like a year or so already. It was like, yeah. So it's like
how we are online to each other is how we are in person.
Yeah, I'm more of an asshole. It's like, again, like make the experiences. Don't believe what people say. If your thing is to go fucking to the showboat one day, I was like, go to the showboat. Don't, if you're gonna go alone. But like,
I go to shows by myself. It's worth it. It's fucking worth it. You enjoy it.
I was at TJPW by myself.
I went to how many shows had in Japan by myself, technically. So a lot of them was with some of the Choco crew and Chris, but a lot of them I went to Sendai by myself. It was one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in my life. And the talent appreciates it. Just you can tell them it came from miles away, hours away.
Yeah, we kind of segue, but like the one I kind of take example of is when you went to the Actwres show, and like they realized like, hey, there's a foreigner here, and there's probably was there more foreigners there like with you or at all?
There was a handful of us, and we were all kind of just wandering around the merch afterwards, and like I don't think they realized it, and then Mizushima was in like, oh shit, I gotta like go here, gotta sign, gotta take the picture, like and then apologize that she didn't get to like meet and sign like the checkies that she took with the foreign fans, because she knew that we wouldn't be back at the next Shinkiba show. Like we weren't regulars. And she like, oh, like next time come back to Japan and I'll sign them for you. Like it I think that like days later they announced the English Twitter officially, and
Yeah, and I was
they
like,
realized, okay, we have this
Jabroni, what did
overseas
you what did
fan
you do to
base.
them?
Yeah, we have this overseas fan base that actually exists. That it's not just a handful of people. It's actually there is maybe a 5% of the 10% of the Corkin shows from now on are going to be foreigners.
Yeah, and you can say you started that. It wasn't Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna reserve.
Jabroni started the whole
Yep.
English thing. That's insane.
He's the moderator.
We're giving him credit for that. No one else is getting the credit for it.
Yeah, just me. It's I would be a little lost without Chris as well. So it's definitely
Chris is a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to him. I can tell he's a big help to a lot of people.
He has absolutely fact checked a lot of my like when I made that huge thread about attending a show in person and merchandise and fan behavior and stuff. I was like, Chris, is this all accurate still? Is this? And he was made sure to go through it, and he's such a great resource for anyone.
Let me go to a show real quick. I'll go find out for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, the pro tip about writing your name in your notes app. 100%.
No, I totally forgot about that.
That one is a godsend.
But I'm still surprised. Like Tay had no like she did not like falter at all. She wrote it correctly. I was like, yep. Mm-hmm. She's awesome.
I always feel bad when the venue's loud and you have to yell at them.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. I heard everyone loud and clear. Also, half the girls know English pretty well, so don't be scared. Also,
oh yeah.
Some you could tell probably don't, but like they will know the easy words. Just use the easy ones.
Konami almost got my name wrong. Not Jeff.
Like you get names wrong again. Jeff.
Yeah, I was getting one for Jabroni. Who was also not Jeff.
You can find Jeff Brown and just send it to him.
I saw Jungle Kiona on consecutive nights, and the second night I went to get something signed. It's like, oh hi Jeff. I'm like, I'm not Jeff. Crap.
No.
Yeah. But that tells you how cool like Kiona was. Where tried to remember your name, even if it was wrong, just to remember my name. So they appreciate, and and the notes app does make life easier for everyone, but they are for the most part able to like get through with signing without it.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever gotten a portrait from a wrestler twice live. It's either been online and then offline.
Mm-hmm.
I bought so much stuff from Hikari Shimizu. She screamed my name at one show when she saw me walking by.
Fucking Miyuki Takase knows my name when she doesn't even know who I am. My only gripe with Kitsune is that we couldn't get Mesa Ruga on short notice.
That's who you wanted on the show?
She was in Mexico.
Oh shit! Yeah,
it wasn't that far.
I think she might have been like prepping to leave. I don't think she left, or maybe she probably left. Cause she's definitely. I think she went back home today or yesterday. So yeah, another Mexican wrestler added to the list.
We got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
We signed another one to the war. It's over.
She wore the flag on the tracksuit.
But yeah, we can kind of run through like our feelings about Actwres this year. We have, I think, 2 Korikens passed since I think I've last talked about the shows, or any of us have really talked about it. I think you guys did probably the best Actwres like intro podcast. Like, if anyone's interested, you guys did one, I think, at the end of last year, I think, maybe, or
it was around. Was it?
I thought it was after the first Korakuen.
It was like leading up to I think the next one. Okay. Yeah, after that one.
It was really shortly after the reboot.
So it's a little outdated, but it's actually like a really good capsule of what was going on like a year ago. And if you just like catch up now, you're gonna see like a lot has changed despite the fact that the company's only really in the second year of its, rebirth.
Yeah. It's like the quality is like gone up.
Oh, yeah.
Even when it was already really good, like somehow in like
It was
its first
yeah. It's
iteration.
almost like it had like no, it had like well like it, it had no reason to be that good that early, and
Mhm.
it's only gotten better since. Like I feel like a lot of people just kind of wrote it off, going, "Oh, these are all like really new green wrestlers who have just started, and they're not even really wrestling, and yet they even promote it as not wrestling, and there's going to be nothing here for me as a wrestling fan." But there was from almost day one, like step by step 4, I was like, okay, there's something here. There's something really cool happening, and it's only gotten better since then. The people who impressed me in those early shows have only gotten way better,
Yeah.
and the people who were good then, like Miku and
Natsumi.
Ayano, yeah, have gotten even better. So it's been really fun to watch.
Yeah, it's like, look, if you go back and watch Misa Matsui's first match with Sumikawa and then watch her title match with Miku, it's night and day.
Yeah. And like that match was one of my favorites of last year. And they've both leveled up since then. Everyone always adds stuff to their arsenal. Like almost every big match, someone's gonna pull out something you haven't seen from them. And Miku is just always doing something new. And like she's like the one who doesn't have to. Like she's the ace. She's the queen of that shit. And she still pulls out new stuff when it's a big match.
She has one of the most complete movesets of any wrestler.
And it's still growing every match. It's incredible to see.
Yeah, and she didn't even win with her normal finisher. She won with her last title match. She won with a Saito.
Yeah. I mean, she pulled out the Styles Clash.
Yeah,
And
when she started adding that, I was like, "Yep,
yeah,
this makes sense." Like it just
That's the
made
go
sense
right there. I
Yeah,
don't give a fuck anymore.
that shit just
It's
made sense. I
over.
didn't even question it. I was just like, "Yep, she does the Styles Clash."
Yep.
Yeah, like what Jabroni is saying, like the people that we saw were like had something, like they've constantly just upped it. And it's like people like Mizushima, Koki,
Naho
especially.
Chiaki.
Chiaki's been
is
super solid the whole time.
Yeah.
She legit. She was one of the people where like, I was like, you have no right to be like that, like solid already, and she's like hasn't faltered once.
That fucking tournament, the singles tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I watched every single match with a friend of mine. Like Chiaki's my favorite wrestler now because it's just like the impact that she has on her moves, and like she's so solid, and it's like 2 years into her career. It's unbelievable, like how good she actually is, and she's not the only one there who I could say that about. Like I feel like for a lot of promotions, it's like Arisa Endo is amazing, and she's grown so fast, and like I feel like some people are a little further behind, but in Actwres, it's almost impossible to say who the breakout star is because everyone is growing so rapidly as a performer.
Yeah, there's like 4 Arisu Endos.
There's like,
or like 5
10
of them.
Arisa Endos, yeah.
She could have been in Skyrex.
She had the connections.
Hey man,
she had the connections. She worked with Madu in the past. Come on, Endo.
Yeah. Just real quick, our episode we did, our initial one when we did the overview of Actwres Girls was September 20th, 2022.
Yeah,
I was like right in between the two.
If you want to like go all the way back and try to intro yourself, I think you should start with that podcast for sure, and then make your way up to Kurkins, because I mean they're the best shows, and honestly there's like hidden gems like all throughout the house shows, like like I don't know, like Asahi bleeding from her nose and like destroying like in that tag match, like there's stuff like that. There's like a singles tournament to challenge Miku that had like Misa and like Koki and Misa and Sumikawa and like I forgot what matches were on that tournament, but like Jesus, like those matches were like insanely great, and they were all in like the house shows, like in
And
like
then
Shinkiba and all that. Like Jesus.
you had like the newcomer singles tournament, which was also like really freaking good,
Yeah.
considering the like the length of everyone's career in that match so far. It's just really, really fun to watch that one.
Yeah,
And
that was another big concern with the company during the reboot was filled with rookies.
it doesn't feel like a
Yeah.
company full of rookies anymore.
Yeah, but
They've
I
all
feel
come
like
into their own.
I feel like TJPW feels like it's more full of rookies than Actwres right now.
And like even the crazy part, like look at someone like Asako Miya, right? Obviously not the greatest in ring, but she found what works.
There are multiple.
She's killing it.
There are multiple people in that company who I would say like in Actwres are like not great wrestlers, but they found exactly where they need to be from like a performer standpoint, like a Bulldozer. Bulldozer like definitely not a great wrestler, but she is funny.
Mm-hmm.
She does the she does the big size kind of thing, but it's like that like Jidoshu went from like kind of like this I feel like really like heelish thing to
like a little tie,
like a chaotic, silly, and it's benefited everyone. Like Kira On's become like this shit stirrer, and it's just been really fun to watch like how they all kind of figure that out too. Like and the fucking Asako army is one of the best things that have ever happened.
That is like the main thing that like you could tell she had like normal matches. They're like, okay, she's like okay, like she's whatever. And then there was literally one match where I forgot what match it was, but like she did like one funny thing, and I was like, she has something here, and if she goes off with it like fully, she will be really fucking funny. And that's exactly what she did. And then she started becoming different wrestlers, and then like, why fucking not? Like, it's working. People, she is like top 3 person that people know of the fucking pros. Like, I'm literally doing a draft right now, and she got picked like in the second round.
That's
no one
insane.
else.
That's insane. She's amazing, and like when I first saw her, I was like, oh, she's got some great energy to her. She was like screaming or whatever, and there was like a chaotic energy to it. And I was like, once she figures this out, she's either going to be like a really good wrestler or a really funny wrestler. And maybe she'll actually be both at some point. But she really has figured out her space in Actwres.
Yeah, the Asako army though, it was brilliant. She literally got one of the biggest people there and the champion.
Yeah, she
only came in when they were winning. That was the best part.
Yep.
She only
and
came
Kira On's whole thing is just like stirring up shit and just like enabling the chaos. So it was a perfect pairing with Asako.
I just love how they made like a logo, and they're like, all right, Asako's the fucking leader.
It's just their face.
Champion right there, who probably deserves her own stable, but nope.
Yep.
I do like how they've done that, by the way. Like with Miku, like keeping her like unaligned with anybody.
I could talk 5 hours about her. Honestly.
Yeah, I could too. Like for right now, she's beaten. She beat Koki to win the title. She's beaten Chiaki. She's beaten Misa. She's beaten Ayano. She's beaten Act. And now she's beaten Asahi. So she's run through a good chunk of the roster.
Mm-hmm.
Like who we got next? Do we get the Maru match? Do we get the
I think Maru
match?
Next. Hold the fuck. Wait. Never mind. I was about to go off on Cage match again.
Maru did beat her.
She's like a 6.5 or something on Cage match right now, or 7.5 actually.
Yeah.
I was about to go off.
People don't watch, bro. It's they're not watching the product.
Yeah, like so. Okay, we could go on with Miku now. I legit, she is literally one of the best champions in wrestling, like overall this year. I think last year she definitely had like a good start, and then she got the belt, and then it's been like home run like ever since. Like no matter if she's in the tag, the title match, like a proving grounds match for somebody, she has like hit it out the park. She uplifts any like underling that's like going against her, like Chiaki, Koki, like people like Misa and Ayano that deserve like the little push more. Asahi is, one of the more like known wrestlers that came in, and like that's like a cool crossover that was happening, and then she joined fully, and then we got the match, and it's like that's a really big match they gave us, and that's just what we want. We want the big matches, and she's giving us
She delivers.
the
Yep.
ones that are like pretty insane.
Just elevating everyone along the way too.
Mhm.
Like her and Asai are probably the two best wrestlers in the company, and every time you watch a Miku match, I mean, Act was like kind of struggling early on, and she got into a groove, and that was her like that was Act's best match in maybe her entire career with Miku.
She had to remind us who she was.
Yeah, Miku's able to just really gets a lot out of these wrestlers, and especially when they're like so young and so inexperienced in the ring, 2 years into their career. That's such a huge benefit for the promotion, and having her at the top and having the big matches now with the more experience, it's just she does everything for that company. It really is just like her. It's just it is her.
Yeah. And the crazy part too is like her name is the Brilliant Rose, but she's not flashy, surprisingly. She just gets the job done.
She is rough, like in terms of like the match type. She is beating the shit out of you, and that's like
Let's just talk about her kit real quick. Like, first of all, the leg kicks, right? Sound like gunshots.
You got to get to an Actwres girls show in person, and just
also I will recommend the
go for her. No.
the title match that she had with Asahi. Watch that with headphones, so you can hear every strike. Because the way I don't know how they mic'd it that time. I don't know if it's just been because it's been a while since I watched something with headphones on, but every kick sounded like gunfire.
No, like I think I want to say like every show she is like
she's laying it in. She don't hold back. Nobody gets special treatment with Miku.
Like her moveset is like, honestly, it reminds me of like, I don't know, like it reminds me of like Momo, or like if Mina was consistent. I feel like Mina watched the Miku match and was like, I think I could do this with like submissions. But like Miku is like the best version of like what the top versions of them were. Them are like cause she's like top champ. She could do whatever the fuck she wants. She's over here pulling out like power bombs, leg kicks. She is doing fucking the Styles Clash. Like what the like
that
she's adding every show also, and it's like, how can you get any better than that? Like like she keeps going.
Yeah, and then her finisher is the fucking Western Lariat.
Oh yeah, the lariats, and like how the fuck do you have leg kicks and lariats? That's fucked up.
Yeah. Because like, and the best part too about the lariats is not only is she throwing from the front, she will if you duck, she will come from behind and annihilate you.
It's just like, she has like a really great moveset, and then like it's just entertaining because it's so simple. We've seen these moves a bunch of times, but the way she does them is just like no one else is like doing it like that at all. Like it's like she's putting her like fucking oomph in it,
It's very clear why she's the top champ.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, I went back and watched like a lot of her older stuff too, and I'm just like, yeah, this is like a totally different person.
And then, and she, surprisingly strong too. Like she'll just deadlift somebody.
Yep.
Yeah, she's like, like I don't want to sound crazy, but like you look at her and you see like she has like a base, and there's a lot of wrestlers that kind of like have her like maybe body type, or like have build, like her kind of like build, but like she uses it like so wisely. Like
Mm-hmm.
like if you have like fucking like I don't know beefy legs or something, and you throw a kick like that, that is gonna sound insane. And and
And that it does.
she and the way she throws kicks, it's very like fuck like like what do you like? That's insane. Like and then the lariat stuff too. It's like she doesn't have to do that, but she does, and it fucking works. And she's like pulling out like Western lariat. Like come on now, like who the fuck's doing that?
Yeah, it's like she's quickly becoming one of my favorites. Like maybe an all timer at the end. Like when it's all said and done, she might just be an all timer.
She's my favorite this year, like no doubt.
Yeah, she is my champion. It was Mio. Mio was there too, but we all know how that went.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone has faltered a lot this year. It's like there's a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of champions that are. That's cool that some are like champs right now, but it's just like, we're not getting the like a consistent amount of matches, and like I don't want to say like at Umasaki or something, but like Umasaki has the belt and it's cool, but it's like who is she really faced?
Mm-hmm.
And then like people like Tam hasn't faced much. People like Julia are like defending, but it's like again, it's like you're facing foreigners, you're facing undercarders, and there's no build. There's people like who else? Like I could say like Sari just won the ceiling belt, but it's like that was pretty cool and everything, but it's like all right, next step. What's the next step for her?
Yeah, even Wave too. Not much going on there.
Yeah, the Mika thing is like she won the belt off a roll up off a foreigner that had it for like only a good bit, so it's like okay, nothing much there. And then she loses to Sari, and like it's just like okay, like what champ has actually looked strong this year and actually looks like they are like owning up to the belt and making it something? It's Miku. Miku is making that belt right now. She's making the fucking promotion. Like she is the promotion.
And this is a new iteration of the belt. Same lineage technically, but brand new belt, brand new system, brand new design. First person to ever hold it. And I know it sounds like we're hyping her up, but she is as advertised. As good as we're making her sound, she is that.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you don't like what you watch from her, then I don't know. Maybe our choices our like choices are different, but my people in my circle think she's like really great. And everything she's done for people this year, like from a Sako army to these tag matches to the like her giving like these young wrestlers chances in proving ground, and like her tournaments, like her tag matches, her like even like her little shtick with like Mari, or like if it's her doing funny stuff, they can't get along, doing this, doing that.
The frenemies.
Yeah, it's like it works. She's great. Just all works.
The Koki match was just a great example.
Yep.
Of what she can do and what this promotion can do.
Mm-hmm.
I think the main one also was like the first Korakuen, I think, right? With her the tag.
Yeah.
And it's like Miku and Mari and was it Natsuki and Koki, I'm pretty sure.
I believe so.
And that match, you could have thrown that on like a house show now. But like that as the main event back then, it's really like trying to push the two the younger ones, and it's like this is how you do it with like two veterans,
Yeah, and like look at her. Just take a look at her title reign real quick. Like obviously she beat Koki in the finals of the tournament to win it, but her first defense was against Chiaki, a rookie.
And then Koki gets that name. Like she did that. Like she was the first person to really, the second person to be right there, and like she was pretty close. Like that's as close as you can get right now.
And then, she's someone who's got such a bright future, and a lot of that's because of that match with. Like the match with Miku legitimized that. The claims of she's like tall, she's cool looking, she's got a cool moveset, she does it, but that proved that she can hang, and that's a lot of that's on Miku.
Mm-hmm. And then you had the Conveyor. They had this argument for a while, even before Miku was champion, of Misa questioning why Miku was the ace, and then she found out, and that was a very excellent build to that match.
Yeah, that was brewing for a long time.
Yeah, and then Miku's so good, she got Act to want to take a crack at her.
Yeah, that made sense when we found out X kind of like moving on to other stuff right now.
Yeah, and then Ayano, her star's been on the rise, so she gets a crack. And then we got the match that we all kind of saw coming when she moved over, but Asahi getting the title match.
Yeah, they're really great together. I'm glad we like there's a lot of things we can say about Sahi and like her last like past 2 years have been like pretty interesting. But like I'm glad I think I said it when she transferred over. I was like, this is perfect for her because I think she needs a family like this, and I think she needs a roster of people like this because I mean a lot of these people are like new or like Sumikawa was retired and came back. Ak was I want to say she was retired. Yeah, she was like kind of like off the grid and then showed up and everyone's like, oh yeah, she's an Actwres girls now and like stuff like that.
Yeah, and they got Fuka as the advisor. Maru was around before she joined the roster, and then Mari basically is the locker room leader at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, like and then like I don't want to call it like these people misfits, but like these people that are like outside the bubble, and then they came in, and Asahi was she was in the wrestling world, but it's just like you could tell she had choices to make for herself, and she doesn't know if like maybe that's the world she wants to be in or not. It's like even now she still has very some choices, and
she's still young. She's still very young.
Yeah.
Maybe she's lost some friends and on the way, and she's 21. Like it's like she has a lot to learn, and maybe this is probably the right place for her. And I would hope I'm pretty sure she made the right choice because
I
really like her.
Leaving that promotion was the right choice. I don't know if going Actwres is, but I like so far it's definitely proven to be very good for her, and she's been able to really get to that point where I feel like Ice Ribbon just wouldn't commit to her, but like Actwres definitely sees her as a big star, and it's someone that you could build a whole promotion around. It's been fun to watch her like kind of slot in and figure out where she's gonna be, and it's just something that like long term we'll see how it all shakes out.
Yeah, and then not to mention they did give her own faction too.
Yeah, I think that a lot of the question marks are more about like how the promotion presents itself, where it's like, okay, this is not wrestling, and Asahi is a wrestler, but she's out there saying like this may not be wrestling, but it's wrestling. It's such a weird, weird thing. Yeah, it's just a weird line, and I think people are just creating a line somewhere that they don't want to cross that is just really ridiculous. And
like what if we didn't have that little thing in the company? I mean, like people would probably flock to this. Like it's
exactly.
It's like there's that one little like say in the print, and you guys are just like, oh, not wrestling, not my thing or whatever. I'm like, no, if you're watching this product, you know what this is.
Yeah,
it's like, and it just sucks because I know like it affects the wrestlers, and it's like, come on now,
Asai tweets about it here and there, and Madi does as well. It's just like it's not wrestling, but it's wrestling. It's a weird thing to. They're trying to promote themselves as something unique, but it's it does make some people go second guess watching a show, and they really shouldn't. It really is a wrestling show at its core.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. It's I feel like it's just a bit more personal as a promotion too. So it's like I don't know. Like again, you have those girls running around like crazy. Yeah. They're at the doors greeting you. They're at the tables waiting.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. There's like like if we didn't have that barrier, I think people would probably watch more. Yeah. But like I think I have a bubble of people that are just they still watch and they very much enjoy, and they don't go into all that little stuff and be like, oh, Well, they say it's not wrestling, so it's not wrestling, so I don't believe it. It's like, no, they watch and they enjoy it. They don't give a fuck about all that other stuff.
A lot of complaints I see about other promotions, and I'm just like, if you were watching Actwres, you would find exactly what you're looking for. Like, people complain about, you know, like defined ceiling in a promotion, or like it's hard for wrestlers to see wrestlers grow, and it's or almost a very, I don't know, sterile promotion, like presentation. If you would just watch Actwres, you'd probably find a lot of the things that you want in a wrestling company. And the fact that they say it's not wrestling should not actually have anything to do with whether or not you watch, because they are really delivering in a lot of ways that some people really want out of promotions that they're not getting right now.
Yeah, and like people, like again, like when we're talking about Tokyo Joshi and like how that ceiling is
I don't want to name names.
yeah.
I
Well,
don't want to create another
I'll
promotion.
bleep it out. I'll bleep
We
it out.
we talked about it like already, but we were like,
Yeah.
like there's a ceiling, and we know what like. I mean, at this point, there's a ceiling, and it's like
New Japan.
when are we changing that? And it's like no, like and ceiling isn't like how far like a roster member can get really before they falter and stuff. It's like main example of Karino. But it's like
there's just a forced plateauing of their rise, and it's so frustrating with them.
And it's like it's like you suffer, or you wait 4 or 5 years, but it's like or those wrestlers move on to things like Mariah and stuff. So, but it's like in Actwres, like we watched Koki, and we watched people like Natsuki, we watched people like who I can say like Chiaki, and like we saw them, we're like, okay, they're pretty good. They're getting good matches, and then boom, they get like a challenge, they get a chance to show themselves, and I mean that's all they've been doing this year. Like everyone's been getting a chance. Asako Miya is on the middle of the card doing fucking funny shit. Like, come on now, she's like she's on the court in the middle of the fucking show doing shit. Like there are people getting chances and given chances, and it's working. There's some people that are obviously not on the cards and not getting probably the love as much as others, and I mean that's a problem we addressed already. But like there are people that probably are like not even months into their fucking like people like Yui. Yui has been on like every goddamn show almost, and I was scared she wasn't. Yeah,
and she's been killing it. It's just because of the fact there's no like established hierarchy already, other than like Miku being the queen of everything. It does allow so much motion underneath, where you do have new challenges rising all the time, and you have interesting tag matches that happen, like things that you don't expect, and like they have the defined factions, but a lot of times people venture out of that, and you have stuff like the Joshi show or whatever, where you have a weird mix of people, or even the last Korakuen, where you had that show that was like a mix of factions, where it was, who was it? Oh, it was the tag match where
it had like
it was the Beast Rebellion and the Royal. They switched place.
Yeah, and it was just fun. Like things are kind of like locked into place, but then also not. Like it's it's a very, there's so much motion, there's so much flexibility in the promotion, that there's always something new, always something to get excited about. Where sometimes you watch a promotion, it just feels like you just gotta watch the same 6-person tag match over and over again to get to a main event that you've seen 100 times. It's you don't get that, and maybe that's just because we're only 2 years into the reboot. Maybe it's only because these people have only been wrestling for a year, or half a year, or whatever. But it's I don't know, it's refreshing.
Yeah. I think that was the main word we used when we first started watching. We're like, this is like something different, It's like we're starting from like a ground level, and we're seeing it build, and it just feels good to be rewarded instead of waiting for so long to like for stuff to happen. Like
Yeah.
there's like a good chunk of like time between shows and stuff, and it makes it easier to watch sometimes too. It's like, but I think like the main thing is like, what was it? I lost my train. Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of things that make the promotion really fun, and I think back then, even though we even said it, we're like some of these promotions are like trading, like how we felt before. Like Stardom has become like, I don't know, ice ribbon, because there's so much of that stuff going on, and then like we were like, oh, like Actwres feels like old school Stardom. Like stuff like that. That's how we were describing it back then. But it was like, but yeah, like the promotion is just all really refreshing. Sonoda.
I was just gonna mention, let's not forget that Sakura Mizushima impressed so much that she got a singles match with Act.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been like
She's
super
fantastic.
good. Yeah.
She is great.
She's one of the. She might be. She's probably my favorite of the new crew, like the debut since the reboot. But also, she's
like, it's
maybe the
impossible to
most-
watch her and be like, not be like, she's good. Like, dang.
Yeah, and I
She's
think
good.
that people would be surprised by her if they go into an Actwres show, they watch it for the first time, and they see like, oh, who is this wrestler with like 2 years of experience who is in like the Idol unit, who has like that cute presentation, has the ribbon dance, and it's like, well, this will be fun, and then she actually can like fucking go.
She's a killer.
Yeah, it's really cool, really, and really like that. But she's not the only one where it's like, it's so rewarding to see her go from that early tags with me to now watching her again with me 2 years later. It's incredible.
It's impressive how like the underlings of the stables are like, even like they're all on the same level as like second in command and stuff like that. It's like like Naho is like right there. Like she is really great, and then like Mizushima is like right there with me. It's like not even like funny how good Mizushima is.
Yeah,
Koki
you can
and
argue that she's like
Natsuki.
the best wrestler of the unit, like very
She
easily.
She might be, like, she very well might be. This is not like a funny joke, but like, it's like, she literally might be.
And like me has gotten really good in the ring too in the last like year and a half. And it's crazy to think that at the end of Colors and Beginning, she said that, oh, I wrestled my last match. I was like, oh, well, and then she's gotten like really good. Like I mean, she goes in with the bear and she hits people and it's funny, but she's got such a solid like technical background now, and I think Mizushima may have surpassed her in the ring, and maybe Kanemiku is going to be as good too.
Oh, yeah, she's getting
incredible.
really good too.
And you got Nagisa, who's incredible.
Maniac.
Yeah.
She's just been on the shelf. She hasn't really had the time to do anything this year.
And she every time she shows up, she does some cool shit, and those chops are always really fun, and she's always expanding her moveset too. So, but that's like, I feel like you could apply what I'm saying to anyone you pick in that roster, and that's part of what makes it so special.
And we haven't even mentioned Naru yet.
Who has the best fucking moonsault and drop kick you'll ever see in your life?
I said I said it like on Twitter, like she's like a GIF away from like being viral. Like she's like, if she does some like, she even if she ups something, like she does like a 450 or something insane, it's over. Like she's going.
You can do an implosion 450 off that launch she does at Mari.
Someone might send her a bag of money. It's gonna be over.
She's incredible, and
like she could do something, and I guarantee you, if she does it, Will Ospreay will tweet it. Watch.
If she does like a sky twister, I'm gifting the fuck out of that.
Fly. Like I
don't care what Sakaguchi says. Right?
She has springs in her shoes. She has wings. I don't know, Red Bull up there. I don't know what the fuck she's doing.
Yeah, she's got to be on some type of drug. It's insane.
Yeah. And she's got that new look now with the new gear and the pink hair, just killing it.
Baby.
Is she less baby? Because maybe
she's still kind of baby, which is,
That's the best advice I can give you for watching Naruto is don't question it.
Yeah,
She
don't
is
question
just
it.
the baby.
Yeah.
Just watch her do shit in the ring. It's all
Yeah.
cool.
An incredibly gifted athlete.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
the
like
same how
Yeah, there's a ton of people you could just pick out the mid card, and it's just
this
like, what the
roster is
fuck?
great.
We like what I said about Mizushima, you can literally apply to anyone, anyone in the mid card. It's just been so much fun to watch. And the tag match I was talking about, that was the one with Yamanaka and then Beast Rebellion against Kanamiku, Naru, and Natsuki. So you had, different factions in that team, and that was so much fun to watch them work together. And that's just they always keep those things just so refreshing. And then Jidoshu's always like a hoot. I feel like you never know what's gonna happen with them. And Kira kicking everyone in that one was really, really cool.
Yeah, I love when the mixed tags kind of like have like they usually fight each other or something stupid, but like the last one with like Alan and like all those people were like they work together. Like she fucking hit somebody with that umbrella, and then I don't know, they're still doing moves and stuff. Like she was, I guess that's really fun. But like
it'd always be like some random combination. It'd be like Sumikawa and Kyoko Y.
Yeah. I mean, and then they were like a whole ass tag team, I think.
Yeah, they were for a while.
Oh yeah, they were Bright Rock.
Bright Rock.
Didn't they win the tag league? Or didn't they win like the tournament? Yeah, right. And then she fucking turned on her.
Where are the belts?
And now Kyoko's the face now. I don't know what joke, but I don't know what eyes is at all.
She has red
still
hair
haven't figured that out.
She's cool though. That's all that matters, I think.
Yeah, I mean it's cool. It's just
it was like random, really.
She really broke out as like a member of Jidoshu, as like a presence, and now she's almost doing the same thing, but as a face now. And
it's like a quick turn on like for us at least. So, but like I don't know, maybe there was like too much people in this stable or something, and then they were like, all right, just make her own stable.
And maybe she just wanted to be like a good guy, and they let her do her own thing, which is cool.
She's good as a heel, which was like fucking insane. I was like, she could probably do both. Yeah, the look was cool. The black, like her wearing just wearing black more so,
and the mask.
Yeah, I was like, man, she could basically do anything. If they really like try with her. So.
Yeah, I thought she would, like I said, I thought she was great with the Skyrex stuff, and I've seen her in like stage plays, and she just has that kind of presence to her that she could be good in any role you throw her in. And she was really good on the Jidoshu Produce show. If you ever get to watch her match.
All right, fellas, I don't want to put a rush on it, but we got about 9 minutes before this becomes a Patreon special.
All right. I was want to highlight one more person. I think someone who hasn't. Oh wait, no, she was. Yeah, she hasn't been on a couple shows in a bit. I don't know what's up. Maybe Jabroni knows. UFO was like a really cool highlight for a good bit.
Yep.
And then like people like Rensan and like her little switch up. I still don't fully understand it. Maybe I will soon. She was. I mean, she was great as Rensan, and Ren is kind of like a cool.
Just like Batman.
Like switch up.
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah,
very different.
But like she's basically still doing Rensan things, maybe being more of a wrestler. But I don't know. Like it's like you could go up and down the roster and you could be like, oh yeah, she does cool shit. She does cool shit. She does cool shit.
Yep. Everyone's got something interesting about them.
Sir. So yeah.
Go Chica. Gotta talk about Go Chica real quick.
Oh yeah, she's been really great the past few months. I don't rate her as much, but like
I like watching her growth. And like part of like her initial character was like she had no idea what she was doing, and like she's really really grown into like figuring it out, and they've leaned into that with as a character, and she's still like is goofy and uncoordinated at times, but she's also very determined to figure it out, and it's been fun to watch.
And then she also had the ultimatum where if she lost, she'd get kicked out of the Royal.
Yep.
She won.
There's determination there. She wants to better herself, and that's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
And she does get dizzy from doing the the giant swing, so that always makes me happy.
Yeah, the Royal in general was like a interesting like stable because I mean, people were like picking stables as soon as they were getting started and stuff, and like I think the Royal is very interesting because like there's two people, Natsuki and Koki, that are like right there on the same level. It's like I don't know who's better. Or, like there's no real choice. Tatsumi at the top. She's one of the best wrestlers that ever come back.
Real graps.
Yeah.
She's primed for another shot at Miku sooner or later. So, but like yeah, you could just go up and down the. And Chica's at the bottom of the total pool, you could say, but like she's getting better and better every time.
And she's a perfect pairing with Koki. They just look like a great tag team together.
And then they bullied Misa Matsui.
How dare they?
Yeah,
Misa
how dare
Matsui's
they?
never done anything bad in her life.
Yeah, I don't know if we highlighted Misa, but yeah, she's
There's so many people.
Yeah, she's
Too many.
She's really good, and I'm over here looking at other names. Like Misa is my favorite on the roster. I'm not
Misa's
fucking
amazing.
around. Yeah, I think she's.
I named my car after her.
Forgot about that.
She's amazing.
There's people like Kaoru that I like a lot still too. There's Marino. Obviously, she's if you know the squirrel, you know the squirrel. She's great. Nene, I like. I still do like
My
Nene.
favorite WCW wrestler.
Absolutely. When she fight in Roadblock.
At Halloween Havoc.
Excellent.
God damn it.
Not at 6:05 Saturday night.
Hell no, I ain't turning the TV on. I mean, yeah, I can go up and down this roster. It's just
and there's so many people I want to see more of too. It's
Maybe
like,
and we keep adding. There's more people coming in.
Maybe one day we'll do a full roster breakdown.
Yep.
That's gonna be like the 2024 version of the other one.
Anything you guys want to mention before we leave? Like any shows you guys are excited for?
In terms of wrestling, I mean, we have like some stuff coming up. I'm more excited for like the end of the year stuff.
Yeah, the end of the year stuff is gonna be fun. We also the Combat Princess. Someone finally brought Mocha over.
Yeah.
And Palm fans happy finally.
And then we got Mayu versus Stephanie Valkyra. That's gonna be fantastic. Hopefully, no shenanigans. Give them at least 15 minutes.
I want 20 of them.
We'll be back soon with another episode, hopefully. But as for now, this was Strong Stardust episode 28, as well as the Outlet episode.
Start. Double upload.
Yeah, it was fun though, because when I was in LA, I had people subbing to Strong Stylers. So if you did and you're here, thank you. Go ahead, Pedro. Do you got any plugs to throw in?
Well, I think there's gonna be a double upload to the Outlet. So if you're hearing this, go check out Strong Stylish. If you're hearing this from Strong Stylish, check out the Outlet. We've been doing things for like a couple, like almost. From Strong Stylish wise, I've been on a couple shows already. It's like I've been on like maybe half of them, and you were like on my half of my show, so it's like we've done a lot of stuff together. Jabroni, this is our first call, I think. You two have done the best Actwres pod episode already, so you guys.
We have 10 hours of content.
Yeah, you guys have way too much hours already. But yeah, like I'm at Plug Pedro99 on Twitter. Go check out our photos from fucking Kitsune. Jabroni had great photos. I had some decent ones. I want to say they're the best, but they're pretty great. We're probably gonna use it for the cover of this cover art for the show. So yeah, go check out all the stuff. I don't know when the next time I'm doing a pod for my episode, but probably after Stardom or something. We'll see how it goes. But yeah.
And Jabroni?
awg.wrestlinggood.com.
Let's
the
go.
source for Actwres Girls information in English, breaking down the units, the acting stuff, a little bit of detail about all the 2.9 and what's going on there, and biographies for pretty much the entire roster. some of the new people. Not complete, but constantly evolving website, alumni bios, all that. So if you want to learn about Actwres, that's where you should head.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's really it.
Hell yeah. And as I mentioned earlier, our first episode we did about Actwres Girls was episode 17, and then we also talked about it on episode 22, and everything in between. There's Actwres everywhere. So if you heard today interest you and piqued your interest about checking out the promotion, check those out, and check out Jabroni's
Website
resource. Check out Jabroni's resource he just mentioned, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Nigga, I ain't put the muscle